Hello. Hello there. It's 6 o'clock and it's Sunday evening. I hope y'all are kicked back and relaxing as hard as you can. I'm Clinton. I'm your host. This is the stream with out a name still at, hey, even more games now. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've gotten on and off the Kingdom Hearts train, or maybe we never got off. We just had some stalls, but hey, we're back and we're moving forward because up on the menu next is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and this is where the train, the proverbial train anyway, starts to go off the rails. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Let's go. How y'all doing? I hope everyone had a good weekend. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I'm here. I do communicate. Yeah, okay. There's a lot to talk about with this one. So, we did Kingdom Hearts. We did it all the way through. Fun. Everyone knows that game. Even if you don't know it too much, you probably saw a friend play it growing up. That's the one that's like, everyone gets what's happening. You know, jokes intended, but also not intended. The original Kingdom Hearts is very simple and clean. Yeah, no, the original Kingdom Hearts is a pretty easy game to digest. It's got some goofy, cliche storytelling parts to it, but it's cute, it's charming, it's just a great combination. That's why people fell in love with it. But that game really blew up. As we all know, it's a very popular and well-known franchise now. It's not just one game. So going forward, Square had a lot of plans, and while Kingdom Hearts 2, the second benchmark game, as I'll say, was their next big plan, there was a game planned in between to kind of evolve some more finite parts of the story, and thus we have Chain of Memories. This was originally a Game Boy Advance game. I'm going to let the title roll for a minute as well, so while I chat around here. But this was originally a Game Boy Advance game. Chain of Memories was probably one of the most technologically impressive Game Boy Advance games of all time. Like, it's just great sprite work, great presentation. Like, Square went all out. Like, even though they were still making Kingdom Hearts 2, they clearly went all out on, like, all their production values for, the GBA version. But then this version of the game is called Chain of Memories that we are playing. This is kind of the common version of the game now. It was a full-on 3D remake. It uses a lot of reused assets. This video here is also sort of like a summary video of the first game. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged for content, but whatever. But yeah, while this is rolling, we get a little recap of the last game. But yeah, the Chain of Memories has kind of become the, I guess, de facto version of the game. I think the GBA version is worth looking at. Like, it's just a great tech piece for the time. It plays just fine. Things have been fleshed out here a little more, whereas you're playing with kind of an isometric view for battles and walking around on the GBA. On PS2, you have like a 3D arena. I'll explain how the combat and everything here works. That's one of the most daunting parts of this game for many people. Anyway, yeah, Chain of Memories is different. It gives the player a lot of neat little bits of story that really make you want to know what happens in Kingdom Hearts 2. And if you didn't play Chain of Memories, you will feel a little left out. You know, a lot of people did, going from just 1 to 2. But I don't know. I feel like it adds a fair amount. But one of the biggest problems though with this game is the fact that because it was on the Game Boy Advance, this meant that you already needed 2 different platforms to play the game back in, like, what, 2004 when this first came out. Now, the Game Boy Advance was pretty popular. A lot of people had them. You know, it wasn't too crazy to assume if you had a PS2 or a GameCube, you might have a Game Boy Advance as well. Like, handheld games weren't as prevalent as they are now. I mean, back then, your only choice really was, like, what Nintendo had to offer. The PSP was, like, just about to come out, and, like, mobile phones were not smartphones, you know, like how they are today. So that's one problem the series had for many years. It was the fact that the games were split across platforms. And then this 3D remake version only came out in Japan first with the director's cut of Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's just say that to make it as simple as possible. And we eventually got this here as a standalone PS2 release, but not until a year or two after Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So if you only had a PS2, you got the game in a really weird order, because you played Game 1, then Kingdom Hearts 2, but then you played the actual game 2, which is this, and now you start to see why this all gets kind of fucked up. Thankfully, the HD packs have remedied that, and that's pretty much the whole blurb I wanted to give on what is this game and where it came from. But we'll get into other reasons why this game is different, and hopefully this is one of many reasons. This game itself is why I wanted to start streaming this series, because of the fact that this game kind of daunts people based on like gameplay and other things, which we'll get to. But anyway, so you'll see first right off the bat here, mild spoiler for this game. Riku is on the title screen. You get to play either Sora or Riku in this mode. You're playing Sora first. That's how you're supposed to play it. Riku's kind of more of an afterthought. He's fun. It's fun to play as Riku, but the story kind of tells a little bit about both of them, like straight after the events of Cage 1. So anyway, playing as Sora. We want standard mode. Proud mode is not even really that hard. Enemies just do more damage. And then we want vibration on. That's how life should be. Just keep vibrating. But yeah, okay. Kingdom Hearts, Rechain of Memories, Sora's story. Let's go. Oof, I'm actually kind of excited because of how goofy this game is. So yeah, let's let it ride. Oh, I'm so sorry. I made everyone sit through that. I did not realize this was the straight up. Can I skip this? I can't skip this. Good. I don't need that. I just watched the intro. Okay, so this is literally, as you can see, the end of Kingdom Hearts. Really nice pickup, like straight up. Here we are. Remember this scene? Let's go. This was originally a cutscene compressed into a Game Boy Advance card. Like, this is an in-engine cutscene that they had running. It was a hyper-compressed video, but it looked really cool. Like, imagine lower quality, but running on a GBA. That's pretty impressive. That's why this scene isn't voiced, by the way. There are voices in a minute. There's a full voice track for this game, but these early scenes that were originally also on Game Boy Advance were not voiced, but they look like this. Which, like, PS2 in-engine graphics... Wait. Running on a Game Boy Advance, that's pretty wild. Anyway.
However, in order to claim it, you must lose something that is dear to you.
No, don't follow him, Sora. Oh. Also, welcome anyone who has just joined. You missed nothing but an easy explanation of the history of this game, but you can always go back and watch it later. Oh, and here we have the stage for this first of many in-between chapters in Kingdom Hearts, Castle Oblivion. Just wasting no time with that title card. And now here's where the actual, like, PS2 cutscenes start. And notice they're still in their, like, I guess, classic outfits. Goofy and Donald there. Not their Kingdom Hearts outfits yet. Sora just barging in, he didn't even knock. How rude.
Hey, you think it's okay to barge in?
But we gotta do it if we're gonna find the king.
The king? King Mickey's here?
Something just told me he'd be here.
Yeah, what was that, Donald? What told you?
Really? 'Cause now that you mention it, I was kinda thinking the same thing.
Seriously? Me too. One look at this castle, and I just knew.
Also,
Our very best friends. They're here.
Yup, guess great minds think alike.
Wait, hey, hold on. It can't
Hold
be
on a
just a
sec.
coincidence.
Oh no, Timothy. You don't mean that.
Yep, I had it too. I had the exact same feeling.
they had a plot feeling.
Gosh, maybe it's contagious.
No, something screwy. We gotta go take a look.
All right,
So yeah, that.
Where are you going?
that way, to the door. Are you scared?
Don't be ridiculous. Come on, let's go, Goofy.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared by
Hey,
this
fellers, shouldn't we shut the door behind us before
really
we go?
sterile white architecture, but you do you,
Sora!
Donald. Oh, it's our friend in the black
That's
coat.
it. Who are you?
What? Hi, yes. Oh, yeah? I'll try some magic. Saga!
Well, that's not awkward.
Come on. Saga! Saga! Come on. Blizzard! Fire!
Say more things you don't normally say, Donald.
Why isn't it working?
I should think it's obvious. The moment you set foot in this castle, you forgot every spell and every ability you ever knew.
We Metroid now.
In this place, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. That is the way in Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion?
But
Here
is that really
you will
necessary?
meet people that you have known in the past,
You could have just walked behind
and you
him.
will meet people you miss.
Nothing personal, kid.
I miss? Riku! You mean Riku's here?
If what you want is to find him,
What'd you do?
I merely sampled your memories, and from them, I made this.
Oh yeah, it's card time. Let's go.
To reunite with those you hold dear.
Wow, Sora,
this?
you sure
A
caught
card?
that on the first try.
It is a promise for the reunion you seek. Hold the card to open the door, and beyond it a new world.
Oh boy.
Proceed, Sora. To lose and claim anew, or to claim anew only to lose.
Come on. Let's go.
And I like how they just rush in no questions asked. Like, okay, the front door is right there. It's at Traverse Town. Okay, let me explain how this all works. First of all, the point I kept wanting to note was that that Sora. So that's Sora has been the same voice actor the whole time. Haley Joel Osment. Hold on, okay. So we pick worlds to go to in this game, first of all. Before I pick the world real quick, the point I wanted to make was, so that voice work recorded for this game was done after Kingdom Hearts 2. So if you're playing this in order, which the order you should play this series in is release order, despite the secondary release of this remake, you should play Kingdom Hearts 1, then Chain of Memories, then Kingdom Hearts 2. But you're going to have a bit of a jarring experience because, like, Sora kind of sounds like a kid within 6 years pass. He sounds a little deeper. He still has the, like, you know, younger voice, but it's a funny jump going from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Chain of Memories, which plot and release wise, yes, play this next, but the voice work for this game was done after already. It's just, I don't know, it's goofy and a mess. But anyway, hey, cards, everyone loves cards. I love cards. You love cards. Let's get in here. Cards are what this game runs on. One of the big make or break factors for people getting into this. It's not not the easiest to stomach, really, but cards run almost everything. Thankfully, and maybe unthankfully, cards have never come back for the rest of the series. There may be references in Kingdom Hearts 3, I assume, but you'll notice, hey, we're in Traverse Town. This whole plot will be explained as we go along. It'll kind of sink in. Oh yeah, Sora's like, hey, we've been here before. Yeah. Chain of Memories is quite literal. This whole castle is, let's say, a giant lab experiment. Let's say that for now. And Sora's memories are the test subject. At least Sora, anyway. And yeah, Donald and Goofy are also not there. And here's the big reason why not everyone can get into this game, and this is why I'm here to save the day. So yes, this game functions on active card battles. So, let's roam around for a second. So, we are moving around in a 3D arena, as you can see. Battles flash and happen like that. They're not random. There are enemy, I guess, mobs that appear on the field, which we'll see for each room we go into, and I'll explain how the rooms function. I'll try not to be too heavy-handed, because the game, once the game sinks in, it makes sense. But anyway, so let's just grab the friend card there. And so you have your stack of cards on the bottom left, see? I'm kind of going to blow through his explanations. You have to press X to use a card. Friend cards kind of serve as active summons. They come in and out. You can also chain friend cards together, so if I have 3 Donalds, a stronger set of attacks will be used from Donald. So he'll do, like, instead of just Cure, he'll do a Curaga or something else. So he does random magic. Goofy appears and does different Goofy spells that you can combo with. Blah blah blah, cards your friends, heart of the cards, everything's castle's ruled by cards. Everything is ruled by cards, he's not kidding. So yeah, jump, you have dodge roll at the beginning, which is nice. It's gonna teach us about attacks in a minute. Let me just... And so, literally even just attacking, like just pressing X to attack, you need to have a card ready to go. Once you have your deck set up kind of to your liking, it's pretty easy to make the game feel like how Kingdom Hearts 1 and like pretty much every other Kingdom Hearts game feels. But getting used to it, as well as the numbers there, the numbers mean something. The values are important, and that's what can kind of screw people over. If you lock on, easy enough. I know, tutorial, super fun, right? Like just the fact that I'm even having to do such an in-depth tutorial, while it kind of worked for Game Boy Advance, like it works in 3D too, but like you don't really get a tutorial in Kingdom Hearts 1. You get like the dream sequence. Like I'm just gonna blow through this because y'all don't need the explanation for it. But where was I going with this? The dream sequence, yeah, like the Station of Awakening thing that I was totally gushing about in the beginning. That's great because like the game teaches you to play there, but it's so short, and it's, I don't know, it's a good metaphor. It's just fun. It's a good like training stage. But this is just like, yo, Dark Man gives you tutorial, or Dark Cloak Man gives you tutorial. So yeah, anyway, when your cards run out, you reload, and your reload gauge is over there. Every battle starts with you at 1. It can go up to 3, so the longer a battle is drawn out, it'll take longer to reload cards. Cards can disappear from your hand depending on how you play combos. You can always make a combo of up to 3 cards. The game has a variety of combos. That's kind of fun to mess with once you learn them. Some combos really help you grind it out near the end, which we'll get to that way later. I'll show up my files with everything completed on them, because hell no, I'm not trying to complete this game on stream. I'm just trying to get to the end. We'll talk about getting 100% in this game too, which is a mess, which I have done. But we're definitely not doing that. Done it once, not doing it again. Anyway, I don't even care what he's saying, but you can cycle through cards on the fly. This is a lot easier here. On Game Boy Advance, you have the shoulder buttons, but having the 3D movement and just extra buttons to play with really does help things go smoother. He's talking about 4 card types. There's attack cards, magic cards, item cards, and then there are enemy cards. You just press the face button or the touchpad, one of those buttons, and then an enemy card pops up. Enemy cards are just like skill drops that they'll boost your attack, give you like regen or different weird buffs. Bosses always drop cards. There's some cool abilities, really. I mean, we'll get into it as they go along, but I know, tutorials, super fun so far. I know. Where's the plot? I sure as hell don't know. Hey, here's our friends, and they are in their regular outfits again. Their old Disney outfits are never to be seen again. Just FYI. I think. But yeah, so they all do show up, but their memories are blank as well. I like that they point that out, though. That is cute, because I kept pointing it out for fun, but yes, master the cards, make your way through the castle, but here you walk alone. Get fucked. Don't worry, there's not too many. That's not true, actually. There's quite a handful of unvoiced cutscenes like this, so I'm trying not to like burn through the text, but there's a lot to talk about still. So, yeah, someone dear to me. I wonder who it could be. Key beginnings, there we go. So, now we should be in a regular card room. Yeah, so, welcome to the, I guess, playing field, as it were. So this game works kind of like what I want to call a mystery dungeon game. There's a series of games where you like build your own dungeon going forward. They're usually RPGs with much more conventional terms, but this draws heavily from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in this room. I'm not fighting right now. I'll show you a fight in a minute. It'll be kind of like how we had before. Triangle reaction commands are definitely a thing. And there's an enemy right there. So that enemy just implies that that's like a wave of enemies. So I'm gonna throw this box right now. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go. And you can get like stunned first hits on enemies like that. So now I'm actually in battle. You can see that what I did right there is just a combo. So the goal is you want to get your numbers to add up. And you also want to break cards. So see how... Okay, this little shadow, he's going to play a card, right? Wait for it. He played a 1, I played a 4. So you can just, it's basically just breaking number values, and then 9 is the highest, but 0 is like a joker, or it's like an ace. I forget how that works. My poker skills are rough. But yeah, 0 is, let's just say 0 is an ace, so 0 can be the highest or lowest value. If you play a 0, it will break anything, but it can get broken the easiest. So that's a big aspect to keep in mind for battle. At the end of the day, battles boil down to just like playing the right cards and grinding out things. These are Moogle points, by the way. That's your money for this game. That's all you buy from Moogle shops are card packs. They come in varieties of 3. Some are attack cards, some are magic cards, and some are item cards, like we mentioned before. Enemy cards are always dropped from enemy battles. You have to grind those out. In the open areas like this, you can hit structures and boxes to either break them open, get more points and health. You don't need to do that too often. It's just something for me to show off right now. Aside from that, I think that's the basics. But yeah, still, we've had to sit through at least 10 to 20 minutes of tutorial right there, and me being here to guide y'all through this, that does help, but it's so much. So this is how we progress through the worlds, by the way. So let me open up the, can I not pause yet? Why can't I pause? That's annoying. Anyway, oh, it's gonna take me to a save room. That's good. So aside from the out of room, so there's floors to the castle. There's 13 floors. We're on floor 1. There's the outside areas of the floor, and then there's the actual floor itself. So in the outside areas, like the beginning where we just were, and then the end, which we'll get to in just a little bit, of Traverse Town anyway. You can save there, but you have to create save rooms within the mystery dungeonized like worlds, which are just older versions of the worlds you've been to in Kingdom Hearts 1 and a few new places at the end. Criterion display, yeah, okay. So to open doors, there are a variety of, I guess, world cards as well. It's just, a lot of them function along the same rules as like cards in battle. Numbers also matter. So right now it's saying I need any card that fits number 1 or higher, but it's wanting me to use this save card right now for the sake of demonstration. So let's go. And that's how you go back and forth between worlds and just explore each area. It's kind of, each area is kind of what you make it. You still have to work through them. And it creates this weird balance where you can't just rush through, because you have to do battles and level up Sora, because some battles in this game, while most fights are pretty easy and knowing the system really gives you an edge, you still need a decent deck of cards, as well as you will not make it through some boss fights if you aren't up to a certain level. I'm admittedly going to have to do some off-screen grinding for you guys on this, because I don't think watching this game being grinded out is fun. But most of those bosses don't appear till maybe like floor 6 or 7 that really start to like ramp up. Hey, those are my super completed files on this game. Don't worry, this game does not take 40 hours to get through. That is me collecting like every card and every extra anything for Sora. Riku there, young Riku, that like 20 hours on his file almost is pretty ridiculous, but I'm also level 99 on both these files. We'll talk about that in a second. Actually, you know what, I'll just talk about it now, but let us go for it. But yeah, can I pause now? Okay, now I can pause. Okay, so here's the world map, here's where we are. Now see, so you just create rooms and you go forward. The rooms with the exclamation points, that's what you use these gold cards for. There's several for each. There's, I think, a set of 3 for each world we go to, and then the world maps just get bigger. It's neat. It's a neat idea. It's a good reason for you to explore more. But yeah, and this is how you edit your deck. You can move your cards all around. I don't have much to start with right now. I have a Blizzard card. Let's just throw that in there. Adding cards to your deck also takes card points, or CP, but let's just say card points because that sounds kind of weird. You have a limit. You can only have a deck of 99 cards as a whole, but you can also only have as many cards as your card points allow. Even at maxed out Sora, I don't know, I don't think there's a reason to make a deck that's this big. You either just make a deck full of good combos or just make it to your liking at that point. But yeah. Okay. I think that's about all I need to show off for basic. I'll talk about level 99 and where this game starts to struggle over time and just other aspects of it, but yeah, let's go forward. So this is a red card means there will be battles. Red and green cards for world map means there will be battles or something to do. And the worlds look different. They, again, look like boxed rooms, which that was kind of the aesthetic in a lot of Kingdom Hearts 1 areas, so like, this game is clearly reused assets to the game. And I think that's fine. But at the same time, it can be a bit of whiplash if you go like straight from Kingdom Hearts 1 to this and then all the way back then to Kingdom Hearts 2. Because it's just, you're so used to, I don't know, being able to move more freely. Whereas like here, things are free, but they're a little limited. I don't know. There's Goofy. Look at leveled up. Also, yeah, the experience you get, you have to collect the little orbs on the ground, or little jewels that drop, or else you will not get your experience for battles. The recommended, I guess, levels, I would say, for doing this on your own would be, if you are at least, like, every world you go to, if you level up between 3 to 5 times, you'll usually be safe. Okay, so when you level up too, you get a decent sense of progression. You get an HP boost choice, a choice of more card points, or a choice of slates. Slates are your combos. I don't use them too often, but we're going to get HP right now, because we're going to try and make it as easy as we can for Sora. I'll worry about that more myself when I'm grinding off screen. Let's see. So I was talking about level 99 earlier, how I did that. I got the platinum trophy for this game. I don't often do platinum trophies. I complete a game by my own means. Like, I get to the end, I try to experience some of the extra things it has to offer, and then I kind of just call it a day. I don't often feel compelled to get like all the trophies on games. I have nothing wrong with people who do that. Like, I think it's a good way to challenge yourself. It's good they exist. I think trophies have gotten better over the years for sure. Like trophies and achievements during like the early days of the 360 and PS3 used to be pretty bad. There were some really ridiculous ones. There's some that were good, but it was like some of it depended on the developer, and like sometimes people just didn't know how to put them in right. So it's like, oh, we have to put these in now, I guess, because it's the system. It'd be weird if ours was the one game that didn't offer this. So people I think have learned to put in better trophies and achievements for games. I mean, though, not every game is worth getting, a platinum trophy or all achievements for, depending on what platform you're playing on. I just don't think so. It's a fun way to show off, and you're like, hey, it's a digital showcase of achievements you've done. But at the end of the day, it's like, do it for the games you like. That's my rule. So I have been attempting to do it for the entire Kingdom Hearts pack. I almost did it on PS3, but the PS3 ports of these games, they're a little iffy. They're not bad, but PS4 is the way to go with it. We leveled up again. I'll get a slate this time. I like to kind of level up even the earlier you are in the game. But yeah, Chain of Memories is kind of the definition of a game that some of its trophies, or at least some of the things required of you, are a bit excessive as far as like what the game asks. The level 99 ones are for both Riku and Sora are kind of ridiculous. Here's why. So this game was like, let's say, a side game. It tells more of the story, but it's not one of the benchmark games. Like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 3 are like the benchmark titles, but plenty of the games in between. Pretty much every game adds something to the story. I don't know, I kind of want to say it's like the Marvel universe, where it's like, imagine the Kingdom Hearts main games, like 1, 2, and 3, as like each Avengers movie. I guess that kind of makes sense. But think of the ones in between as like some of the lesser but still important movies, like, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy, or like Civil War, or obviously not comparative time-wise, but there are important movies. Like watching all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies gives you, a decent grasp of what's going on, some more than others. But the Avengers movies are where those all come together. And that the same can kind of be said of Kingdom Hearts. And then Chain of Memories is one such game where some important things happen story-wise, but other parts of it are just kind of like, well, I guess. Anyways, it's explaining now that, I need cards to open doors. The cards you use to open these special doors here with the crowns on them, those are just cards you burn. So I'm going to use this one, and then boom, go in here. But yeah, so this game is important story-wise, for setting things up in 2. It makes things way less jarring in terms of what happened, even though a lot of things in that game are just jarring in general. But you see, now we're actually in the 3rd district of Traverse Town. Hello, welcome. Yeah, there we go, there are friends. Yeah, fuck you, Sora. Hey, it's Pluto! Or at least we think it's Pluto. Oh no, are they starting to forget already? Uh-oh. Yeah, so they really try and hammer it in that, like, yeah, we're in Traverse Town, but we're in, like, fake Traverse Town. Part of the reason for those design choices, where it's like, it's a lot easier to reuse assets, of course, for a side game, but also as far as like making new art and everything. Hey, it's fake Leon, I think. But yeah, the whole it's much easier to just like remake all the world, especially like when this was a Game Boy Advance game originally. It's cool to see it all there, but also hard to tell from just screenshots. Yeah, so he's just a memory. He doesn't get what's going on, obviously. Oh my god. No, Sora, you idiot. We've explained this already. It really sucks, I think, but I get it, that like all these in-world cutscenes here, these aren't voiced. All the important ones are voiced, so you'll know if the people are actually talking, then that's where the good stuff is happening. But I'll try and make this as least boring as possible, I think. Oh, he said his name. Oh no. Everyone's about to have an existential crisis. It's okay. Yeah, Sora's super mad. Oh shit. Something's wrong with everyone's memory. Fake Leon, it's okay. And there's fake Yuffie. Yeah, super uncanny. All these people you've seen before. Well, I guess these fake people have. I don't know. So these story bits happen in all the rooms. This is at least kind of touching on the early things that are happening in the game, because this is where you met like the Final Fantasy friends and everything. Things kind of take a much more slow turn as we go through the paces of the regular worlds, for better or for worse, I want to say. Yeah, screw your good mood, Yuffie. But it just progresses the, like, I guess story. I don't know, I have mixed feelings on this, but we'll talk about that later in terms of how this game ends up. Yeah, now Leon's teaching us some more fight things. He's explaining the numbers. I already explained that. Okay, so anyway, while he's explaining numbers, I'll get back to talking about how... so levels. I was talking about levels, right? What's he trying to do? Oh, you wanted me to break a card. Okay. Oh, he's definitely done it again. Even her fake non-memory, or her fake memory shoulder straps or belts. But I guess that's how we remember it. Blah blah blah. Cards. I know he's explaining it and I'm skipping it, but just think poker. Higher numbers win. 0 is an ace. That's the easiest way to think about it. And 0s break even card combos. So if you set your deck up like that when you're playing, that's kind of the easiest way to make the battle flow. It's never gonna flow fully like Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 or the main games, but once you get the hang of it, I think it's actually a kind of a satisfying battle system, because there's a mild bit of thought put into it. You can't just rush in and attack. Even though the goal is to kind of set up your deck to, like, have... He's talking about stocking cards as you make combos, but even if the goal is to, like, set up your deck to just, like, be able to mash out cards, you still, oh, I'm blanking out here. You still need to think about, like, what's the next situation. Even throwing in a quick combo like that, if the enemy could throw it at 0, which boss fights tend to be fairly challenging, I'll say. It pays to come in with a pre-made deck. So I don't know. Blah blah blah. Combos aren't the only benefit of stocking cards. Slates. That's what I just did there because I already learned one. I think that's the end of combat tutorials. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Let's see if fake Leon here ever stops talking. I think that should be it. Thank heavens. Anyway, we're almost out of tutorial hell. You get some real battles in there, Sora. and then he gives us the next progression. Oh no, he gives us a Simba summon. Yeah, so summons work like the friend card. So like bringing in Donald and Goofy like really quick, your summons work the exact same way. So if I called in Simba, like I'll put him in the deck just to show off. 6 is a much higher value card right now. So I'll just put Simba down here. That should be pretty good. Also, yeah, so potions. The reload gauge in the bottom right, I didn't explain this. It starts off at 1, 2, and 3, but potions auto-reload attack cards and other cards. There's like better potions and healing things. Wait, you've exceeded my... Oh, okay, I have too many cards. Well, I'll take Simba. I don't need him. But yeah, potions are potions, elixirs, anything that was a normal healing item before, that's much more useful. The only way to really heal is with summons or spells like Cure. It works just fine though. I think it's a neat, I guess, reassessing of how to make items work in here. It's cool if anything. Let me go back and save again really quick, so we don't want to have to sit through that if there's an accident or something. Anyways, yes, hello, welcome anyone who's joined since I've been talking through all these cutscenes that don't exactly matter because they're just tutorials. I hope you're enjoying the very slow beginning to what is a game that I do enjoy very much, despite many of its flaws. But earlier I was talking about post-game content, as far as like getting to level 99 and doing extra endgame things in this game. Really, this game doesn't have much when it comes to post-game. Once you finish the main story, that's kind of it, which for a game that's in between, I can appreciate that. You know, they just wanted to like give you those extra bits of story and get you hyped up for Kingdom Hearts 2. That totally makes sense to me. But after Kingdom Hearts 1 had like a fairly solid amount of post-game content, I think it's kind of sad, you know, going from that to like, nothing. Like, I don't want to complain too much. And it's like, again, this used to be a Game Boy Advance game, so I get it. There probably wasn't too much they could pack into there, but there's not even like a battle arena. Like, there's nothing to do. You go to Olympus, but there's like nothing to do except the world story. And it's like, I don't know. It's very hit or miss, and it's just a shame too, because once you learn the battle system and some of the more, you know, complexities, some more complex aspects to it, it's kind of fun. Like, it's a little rewarding, and some of the combos and other things you can pull off are pretty high tech. Like, you can get into some trouble in here and have some fun, but none of it matters because there's not even like a secret boss in here. Like, there's no Sephiroth, there's no like mysterious figure, or there's like, again, no weird Coliseum battles. It's just, there's nothing, and it's kind of, I don't know. It's nice to have this game be done with, but like the fact that it demands like a bit of mastery to its battle systems to like get through it, and then really gives you nothing to really use it with. I don't know, that's always sat weird with me, and that became really manifested as bad as it could have been when I had to get the trophies for getting both Riku and Sora to level 99. That really just boils down to you making a deck full of like easy to use combos, and just sitting in the final area of the game, going back and forth between rooms and just like fighting Heartless over and over again. That's really all it is, and that was a really tedious thing. I did it to just challenge myself and wait it out, but it's such an excessive grind. Because when you beat the game with Sora, you're maybe about level 50, 60 if you've played everything out right, because you gotta spend more time deck building with Sora. Riku, we'll talk more about Riku when we actually get to Riku, but I'll mention it now since I'm just like on one about this. But Riku, his decks are pre-built. So it's like you play through the whole game as Sora, and you get a bit of a nice little fun break as Riku at the end. His story takes maybe 5, 8, 10 at the max. I don't know, I'm not saying the max, but his story does not take long to beat. It's very chill. Maybe, okay, I think average is like maybe 10-ish hours, maybe a little more, depending on what you do. Like, I'll definitely grind out some of his nonsense stuff just so we can speed through his once we get to the end. But, yeah, Riku, he has pre-built decks, and his combos focus a lot more on, like, individual enemies versus like blowing up a whole wave of enemies, which Sora gets some cool summon combo spells at the end. Like, he gets a spell called Mega Flare, which, yeah, it's like Final Fantasy. There's a lot of Final Fantasy references still, which is nice. But Sora, at the end of the game, when you're just trying to grind out levels, if that's something you're going crazy and trying to do, you can get him to just spam Mega Flare 3 or 4 times and like just wipe out enemy waves and get to level 99 as Sora pretty quickly. But with Riku, you have to like focus on enemies and actually kind of do work and do battles. And I don't know, it's not very satisfying, to be honest. I did it for my love of Kingdom Hearts. You know, it's like only the most diehards should go after those silly trophies and get into level 99 in this game. But it just hammers in the point that it's like there's not much else to this game besides the core, you know, story and learn the basic gameplay mechanics to progress. And I don't know, like I think that kind of sucks. And there's some other in-between Kingdom Hearts games that don't have, you know, a huge, you know, breadth of content for you to like blow through. Like some of the games just kind of have you play and then move forward and get the main bits of the story. There's not even like a secret movie or cutscenes or anything at the end. Some of the other side games do have secret cutscenes, and that's cool, but I don't know, it's weirdly inconsistent. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on that. We'll talk more about Riku when we get to him. Oh, something else I should note too. I've been trying to do my best about noting this, but in battles, I will do my best to point it out. So see the little soldier guys right here. This is their original color. If you remember when I was playing through the original, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, I noted that many enemies, I'd say at least like a good 50-60%, maybe more in that game, most of the enemies, or at least a majority, have palette swaps. Not everyone, of course, but a fair amount of enemies have palette swaps, and it's pretty easy to tell. But this game uses the original color palettes for everything, and I think that's kind of neat. Because it's based off the original build of the game. Even though Final Mix existed when this game was put together all the way, you still had to they still had to like go in and model everything for this. So it's curious as to why they didn't use Final Mix, but I don't know. Maybe it was just for consistency at the time. Hey, we got an enemy card. That's nice. Did I level up? I did. Got some more HP to Sora. We're at 4 now? We're at 5. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying not to grind too much on screen, like I said. How much room for cards do I have? It's 30. Increase value of cards by 1. It's not bad for the beginning. I think Simba is a better put for now. And then, let me just go. I guess I'll have to use this one. Get ready for more exciting story rooms. But yeah, they just jump to like important places, more or less. And get ready for this theme of confusion to be playing a lot through this game. Yeah, so Aerith forgets her memory as well, blah blah blah. So these fake people are trying to talk to Sora and explain to them that they're fake, but it's like Sora's remembering them the way he remembers them, and yeah, like it's a mess, but oh my god, Sora, don't overthink it. Yes, this series about hearts. Figure it out, Sora. Yes. So yeah, they obviously don't get that it's the castle. That's for the final time. Oh. You just gotta believe in these fake yous that believe in the real you. Alright, we got Key to Truth finally. So we should be done with the main progression of this world now. I'm level 5, so that should be fine. Probably never gonna need that. Welcome to Chain of Memories. You missed much of the early heavy dialogue and tutorials, but hey, we're actually making some progress now, so good for you. So this is one of the last games in which the standard mushrooms from the first 2 games appear. The way you fight them in here is a little different. They don't always do they do get hard like that. The textures look a little different though. I forget what the advantage is to actually defeating them here, if you actually get anything. Oh no. Just burning through cards here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if they give you anything super specific here. I can just go to this next room. I should be ready for the boss fight. So yeah, some cards have specific colors, or some doors require specific color cards. So it's just any green card, and then boom. Oh hi, Memory Sid. Sid, you also have spiky hair and baggy pants. It doesn't mean anything. So it's just these worlds kind of serve as weird Cliff Notes versions of the worlds we've been to before in the first game, but they just keep focusing on the fact that everyone's forgetting everything, and it's very nothing. That's kind of the other hard part of this game to sit through. Like it serves as a quote unquote test, I guess, for Sora, but it's still so just like but yeah. Donald's like, no, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh. This is one of the few worlds where we get an actual, like, cutscene for the Heartless boss showing up. A lot more times it's kind of just like a flash screen like we're about to see right now. There's always a battle flash screen, but sometimes a little different. And hey, yeah, this is the original color of the guard armor. Not as fun as his rainbow counterpart.
Courage!
So you can still just go straight in for his different ligaments. Trying to focus on the other hand. What's nice is early battles really just revolve around you breaking cards a lot. And that's how you just put enemies into kind of a, I don't know, back them into a corner. So Mickey cards, this Mickey card right here, I'm gonna reload first. These appear during almost only boss battles. And then if you break the enemy's card and do that to them, it's kind of like a bonus stun. So it puts them in like a state for you to just go in and just wail on them. It's pretty smart overall to have that there, because you still have to kind of time the uses of it because it's a 0 card. But it also makes things kind of easy. That was also in the Game Boy Advance version. Oh, Pluto. Yeah, Pluto cards. I don't think those were in the Game Boy Advance version either. Pluto digs up item cards. Let me reload and show this off.
Courage!
I'm playing very poorly here, but mostly just for the sake of showing things. Yeah, Pluto gives up health and cards, and that was not a strong Pluto card because it was just one. But that should do him off. The problem is health bars are now in the top right of the screen, and that's where my head is. I don't know if I can change that. That's gonna make playing through this real fun. It's okay though. Trust the heart of the cards, I guess.
Courage!
Don't do what I'm doing, by the way. I'm like constantly reloading cards and putting them into slates. You should not do that. Like, that burns cards. For every slate you do, it burns, I think, either the first or the last card in the slate. So I think it's the first one. I'll have to find out, but he should be almost gone. As long as I have my heal and everything else, it should be fine. So now it's more of a matter of just playing patiently and breaking cards like that. Like, as poorly as I played, the battle could have gone a bit faster. And look, I have a Mickey break card again, so I can...
Heal! Power!
Should be the end, but... Oh, Goofy, give me that Goofy.
Goofy!
Yeah. That should help me a bit. 7's a pretty good number. Oh no, come back over here, please. Oh, great. Wonderful.
Heal! Courage!
A lot of Simba during this battle. I can't see the end of the health bar. This is so bad. Oh no, I apologize. Don't worry, we're not gonna lose this fight. No way, no how, none of that. But yeah, it's... Oh, I got that broken pretty easily. Come on, Simba, save the day. Oh, am I even hitting him? Oh, this feels bad. I have to just luck out and get a Mickey card, I guess. Jeebus. At least I'm hardly taking damage on it.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it! Oh, okay. I won't be as impatient with future battles like that. I just wanted to show off a lot of things. But yeah, that's the first boss, guard armor. More or less same strategies before, just, again, a chain of memories, break the cards. Easy, easy, easy. Did I even level up from that? I didn't. And it explodes just like before. You don't get a second guard armor fight. At least I don't... No, you don't get a second guard armor fight. And you get the enemy card. We are Mega Man now. Of course my friend wasn't here. It was a giant armor heartless. Can see past the borders of reality. Yeah, I'm gonna need to check that later if I can actually move my head where it is to the other side of the screen. PS4 is weird settings, so I don't know. Yeah, best of luck. Okay, now here's something fun that happens. Again, this is the world where like early plot dump stuff, or is like as far as explaining the game happens. This is kind of fun. So Aerith comes back and kind of just talks to Sora here. Yeah. That's Sora, she literally just told you. So it's Aerith giving you very sagely information, even though she clearly has no means to. So whether or not that's like the castle telling her, or like Sora remembering her being smart and saying things like that, I don't know. Yeah. Was she ever really there? Was this town ever really here? Welcome to Memory World. Oh, he's losing it now. Yeah, there you go. That's Traverse Town. What's a little jarring too is once you're done with a boss like that. I mean, it's not that jarring. You always end up in a room called Conqueror's Respite, and that's nice because it's like, hey, you're done. Enjoy the world, or enjoy, you know, I guess the spoils of being done. We're not gonna go down here now, but this fourth exclamation door is a door called Key to Rewards. You'll get a card from it. It's like a card with a golden door on it sometimes. It's just better extra cards. There's nothing really super specific to get from there. I'll show off all that stuff when I play with the completed files, like I did last time. Actually, playing with the so-called pre-baked files, as I kept talking about with Kingdom Hearts 1, it's a lot easier to do in here too, as far as like, because there's no super bosses. Once I get to the end, I might just like crank the dial up to 99 literally, and then go ham and play on my completed files for the final bosses, because I have no reason not to. That'll show off the things too. That should make a much smoother transition than my secret boss runs for Kingdom Hearts 1. But yeah, anyway, that's Traverse Town. That's pretty much the beginning. I know it's big. Ooh, that took an hour. That was a lot. That's okay. That's a much more heavy-handed world because it has to explain everything. You have to explain all your battle stuff. Sora has to have it nailed into his head a million times that, like, hey, this is it's a memory world, and now we kind of get the gist of everything. And look at this nice little sign that says "See you again," or maybe we won't. And here's where real stuff, plot actually happens in between the worlds. So I'll hush up.
Well, Sora, did you enjoy meeting your memories?
No.
Yeah, it was good to see everyone.
Was it?
But what do you really want from me?
What do you have to give?
Oh, it's boy.
Hello.
What do you want?
No hogging the hero.
Then perhaps you'd like to test him.
Perhaps I would. My show now, Keyblade Master. Who am I? Oh, my name's Axel. Got it memorized?
Sure.
Good. You're a quick learner. So, Sora, now that we're getting to know each other better...
Yeah. This is Axel.
Don't you go off and die.
He's one of the first organization members you meet. Technically, you've met 3 at this point, but he's the first one whose face you've seen. Also, his best music right here. That's his first fight against Axel. Not a hard fight. Really just have to be careful, break his cards. Oh wow, he broke that. Oh god, oh god. I'm not doing great against him.
Come
here, I'll make it all stop.
Oh, I don't want that. Oh, please heal me, Donald.
Courage! Heal! Freeze!
Yeah, doing ice attack against Axel too does a lot of damage to him. combos like that is not fun. There we go. I think he only has one bar left, so hopefully we don't cause embarrassment. What's nice though is like, see how he has to reload his cards too? That's a weirdly consistent balance to this game. Like, there's no reason for him to have to reload his cards, except for it just being like an actual fair fight. I think that's kind of cool. Ignore the camera here, but a lot of this game more is about like watching your card deck, as far as like still watch Axel and like watch what he's doing. See, keeping a 0 on hold is really nifty for when he does stuff like try to jump out and just like throw a whole slate at you. I think he's almost dead, so. Bam. That's for the Axel fight. The organization fights are a bit tougher, like I was saying. That wasn't too hard, even though it looked like I was struggling there a little bit. Again, I played kind of risky and loose at the beginning, but hey. You get Fire Magic, you don't get the Axel card just yet, don't worry. Axel is a big key player as the series goes along, but we'll get to him much more later. Also, welcome, anyone else who's joined in.
Another one?
Jumped in right at the good parts.
Kinda looks like the card you used when you made Traverstown.
Sora made it with his bare hands.
Then I guess we're gonna need it to keep going.
That's right.
Axel!
Did you really think after that introduction I would give up oh so easily?
You were testing us.
And you passed. Congratulations, Sora.
You did it.
You're ready now. Ready to take on Castle Oblivion. You will need to follow your memories. Trust what you remember and seek what you forget. Then you will find someone very special.
You mean King Mickey and Riku?
You will just have to give some more thought to who it is that's most important to you. Our most precious memories lie so deep within our hearts that they're out of reach. But I'm sure that you can find yours, Sora.
Why me?
You have lost sight of the light within the darkness, and it seems that you've forgotten that you forgot.
The light within darkness?
Would you like me to give you a hint?
No.
Sora, do you need it?
I'm gonna figure it out for myself. If you're in my way...
Don't worry, Sora. We'll protect you.
Good answer. Just what I'd expect from the Keyblade Master. But be forewarned. When your sleeping memories awaken, you may no longer be who you are now.
What does it mean? Yes, now we get overloaded with world cards. Basically the first half of the game right there. Yeah, so you notice they're in their regular outfits now, not their classic outfits. Yeah, and I like reading what Goofy and Donald have to say after every world too, it's nice. Yeah, oh yeah, so we're at the total end of the first floor. So when you move on to like floor 2, all the rooms and stuff, the reason I say this is a mystery dungeon game is because all the rooms and stuff reset. So that's why you kind of have to keep a good stock of world cards. You don't have to go back and revisit too much. That's really only for grinding out like enemy cards or just leveling up in general. Yeah, just something to note.
What's wrong, Jiminy?
Well, you see, what Axel said back there worries me. What could he have meant by, you may no longer be who you are?
I may no longer be me. How can I be anyone else?
Of course. Still, you can't be too careful.
Yep. Feels like just about anything could happen here in Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
We'll be okay. Whatever it is they're cooking up, we'll be able to handle it together.
Of course
Thanks,
we will.
Sora.
Like that creepy castle we explored together. The one with all those weird contraptions.
Goofy's talking about
When
Hollow
was that?
Bastion, by the way. They're just emphasizing how much they forgot,
I
but
can't remember. What was it called?
Gorge. Oh, it was, Holly? Holler? Sorry, I can't remember.
just like that. It's all fading away, one floor
Goofy,
in.
sure you didn't make it up?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, and so this is what, it's gonna explain what that crystal orb is right there. Yeah, that's how we transport between floors. It's really useless right now. It's only really useful later when if you're needing to grind things out at the end of the game. What do they got to say? So, let's see. So, world map. Let me go to... Now we have world cards, as you can see, and like I said, there's 13 floors, so we can technically see half of the game here. My goal, because I know this isn't the most entertaining game ever to watch, is to try and get maybe up to at least the 4th floor. It doesn't have to be. You can choose any of these worlds in any order we want. So as long as you get to 3 more worlds, our goal for the night should be good. I'll do some deck building and buff it up during the week on my own time, but yeah, so we're trying to at least get through there, because I think I can pretty much knock out Sora's story in should be 2 or 3 streams, because then I would just need to do the final world area, which that doesn't take too long. It's a big area, but if I go in well prepared, that shouldn't be a problem then. We'll see how I pace things out. But yeah, for now, we're just going to go through and at least try to get up to the 4th floor all the way done with, ready to go into the 5th floor. So we'll see. I don't know how long that'll take. Shouldn't take too long, because the rest of these are a lot more, I'll say, chill. So let's just, no shenanigans, let's just jump in and go. So now this is where you kind of like choose your own adventure, sort of. It's a lot of the earlier worlds in the game, or at least in the first Kingdom Hearts game. Sans Tarzan, by the way, notable omission Tarzan. They lost that license real quick. Yeah, that doesn't make an appearance. We get a couple other worlds to fill those gaps later on. There's actually 1 or 2 new ones. I don't know. I don't want to do it just in order. You know, let's go see some cool people. We'll go to Olympus first. So that's another mildly fun aspect to it, is like, hey, choose your own adventure, choose your own map. But again, aside from just progressing the story, there's not too much that the game asks of you in terms of, like, good challenge. So I don't know. Yeah, we're back in Olympus. Probably the biggest Olympus has ever been, once you get to the cutscene areas. What are they freaking out about? Olympus Survival Cup. I don't think that was there originally. So this is a totally retooled, like, story to help things progress for this game, but it's so nothing. Like, it's so nothing. So basically, there's a different kind of competition, and then Sora and the gang are trying to enter it. But the problem is you don't actually participate in anything, though. Oh, hold on. I'll show in a minute. All you end up really doing is just go into the world like normal. And good old Hades is right here, but he doesn't even get voiced in this game, which is a shame, too. Even though I think they write some dumb lines for him. Oh, but our favorite boy in his favorite outfit, the last time we ever see it, he's still here. That's why I came here first, just get to the good stuff right away. So yeah, Cloud's lost his memories. Oh no, when has that ever happened before? Yeah, none of that matters. It's whatever. It's just this memory world crafted around Sora's lies in his head. I will say that each world is at least themed very nicely to the worlds they're trying to mimic. I'll do a couple fights in each area. Why does it keep starting off on one? I don't know. I'll do a couple fights in each area to just like show things off, but oh hey, look at the monkeys. They were reused for this area because, like I said, Tarzan is long gone. And then each area, by the way, so I went to Olympus first, right? Each area doesn't have a battle level, like each floor is the battle level. So since this is the first world we went to after Traverse Town, it's like the difficulty that the second floor would always be. So it wouldn't matter what floor I picked here. So I think that's kind of neat. So at least makes it, you know, it gives you more incentive to just like push forward with whatever you want. I'll go with HP again. Ooh, Olympia, that's a really good Keyblade card right now. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's how you get new Keyblade cards, whether from packs or, you know, breaking statues and, you know, obstacles in the real world like that, or in the overworld. Whenever you buy new cards, it's like, so, you know, you had your different keychains that give you, like, the different Keyblade transformations and all the other Kingdom Hearts games. But in here, Sora's animation is always just him swinging the plain old Kingdom Key, another kind of lesser aspect of the game. Like, he's always going to be holding that. Even if you get, like, a whole deck full of Ultimate Weapon cards, he always has this. And it's kind of a shame, because it's like, when they did the 3D remake, they definitely had the assets to put those keys in there, but they just didn't. And it's just kind of weird.
Donald! Yeah, freeze!
That's not good.
Yeah.
Did it. Good, good, good. Let's see, where am I trying to go? Yeah, so Olympus is pretty small right now. If I would have done it later, the map for Olympus would have been a bit bigger. So thankfully, because it's a small map, we should be able to get a tiny bit of grinding done without annoying y'all. But hey, hope everyone's having a good chill Sunday night. That's why I decided to, one, I wanted to switch days because I've been more busier on Fridays and Saturdays. But two, hey, E3 just happened. A lot of cool stuff. Nothing super big and surprising, but we did manage to come out of that whole news drop week and a half with a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, which is January of next year. So I figured, well, we gotta keep on this train if we're gonna get to the end of the station. I don't know if I'll stream Kingdom Hearts 3 right when it comes out. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be doing that, but I'd at least like to have all the other games under my belt, you know, so anyone who's keeping up with my stuff can go back and watch at their leisure, or go back and grab any tidbits of information they may need before they jump into 3. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to finally have a date for 3. I don't know, what does everyone think of E3? Anyone who's listening in right now, is everyone excited about stuff? See anything cool you want, or kind of underwhelmed? I don't know. What do you think? I don't want to spend too much time in this world, so let's go. hey, it's quiet, Danny DeVito. Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think that's how most people felt about it. Yeah, we're not heroes. Where have I heard this before? Oh my gosh. But I like that they actually say that he said 3 words there. And it's like it's so like tough to get into this like nonsense of plot that's here, because like it's here to be here, and I think we get that, and I think I've hammered that in enough. But still, it's like, oh boy, oh yeah, the Persona dancing games, those are super fun. I've only played 4. I mean, that's the only one technically right now, but I'd love to pick up 3 and 5. Let's look. 4 is good fun. Portable rhythm games are good stuff. I'm glad that still survives somehow. Even if Project Diva is not my favorite thing, it's still lets the genre survive, and that's nice. Just give us another Guitar Man. Let's see, blah blah blah. Compete in this tournament. Do things we've done before. And see, Sora just gets super into this like role playing in this memory world too. Even though in the first world, he was totally talking to the whole gang in Traverse Town, and he was like, wait, what? You guys don't remember me? I don't remember you? But everyone else in like every other Disney-based world is super just like, whoa, like, yeah, Cloud's lost his memory, but they totally commit to the bit of being in this world, or this fake memory world, and it's so weird. I don't know. I know but jump back to E3 news, because literally no one cares about this plot dump happening right here. I will tell you if something important happens, or point out fun things, like Cloud being cool in the background, but yeah, E3 was decent, you know, not awful. There have been years where just weird stuff happens, but there's some definitely cool stuff. As far as Kingdom Hearts stuff goes, like, man, they had at least 2 or 3 trailers. They're really dumping it heavy now, but I think they know people kind of want that, and it's there's some cool stuff in there. The Pirates of the Caribbean world looks rad as heck. Man, those movies are goofy as hell. Like, I think everyone kind of has the same consensus. Like, the first movie's fun, like actually a decent film. The second 2 are just weird. I really love the second and third movie. They're really dumb, but I'm glad they're getting a revisit in Kingdom Hearts 3. We've come full circle in that Sora still looks goofy as hell, but now like Jack Sparrow and the rest of that gang all look really somewhat realistic, like they would if someone was trying to make a modern Pirates video game. And Sora still looks out of place as hell, but everything looks great. I love it. I'm ready for that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things that really got me. Okay, that's the final one, so we need to go up. Devil May Cry 5 is pretty cool. I don't know, everyone likes that series. It's been kind of quiet over the past few years. That's a fun one. I mean, I like my action games. There were cool things. Okay, I don't know. I really haven't been showing off too many of the different world cards here. That's we don't really have them. I'll use this one. I'll try and do some battles too, just so we don't hit any snags as far as like having world cards. So this one's fun. The one I played, Sleeping Darkness, it just means like everyone will always be asleep, so you just get like instant, like, first hits on everyone. Super convenient. Man, I need better cards quick, or we're gonna get a lot of broken cards soon. Got a cool Goofy combo though. What's nice is with friend cards or even summon cards. Oh man, why am I so... Wait a second. There we go. Yeah, with friend cards, the minute you get one, so like when I get like another summon, like I got Simba, or like I got Goofy, in the beginning of the game, you automatically get the combos that you can do with them. There are some combos that you need to unlock that use friend cards, but there's like basic friend card combos that you can get that work pretty well, I would say. So it's nice to have those options there. It's like watching what I do. I think that was Goofy again. Yeah. And what's nice is when you start off a slate with like Goofy like that, that burns the Goofy card, but I don't lose the other two cards if the battle were to draw out long enough to have me like needing to reload my cards constantly. It's cool to say the least. It's a different, provides you a different way to approach battles, to say the least. Oof. Taking a lot of hits here. There we go.
Courage! Freeze!
Yeah, I really need to see if I can find a better place to put my camera's picture here. I don't know how many options the PS4 gives you for moving it around, but I cannot see health bars. It's okay, it's the challenge I've accepted for playing through this game. Also, I don't know why these barrel spiders look weird in color, but they actually look different. Come on, Goofy, get over here. Hey. Ooh, I should be hitting another level up. So what level am I? 7? Okay. Like I said, the general goal for anyone playing this game should be like try and level up through like about 4 or 5 levels in every world you go to. It might take a tiny bit of time, but one, it keeps your world cards up so you can just keep going to new places much quicker. And 2, it makes it so boss fights aren't hard. It's, I think, the safest way to progress through the game without hitting like a major snag. Bam. Hit that Goofy wombo combo. No, come here. There we go. Ooh, Random Joker, that's a fun one. That's for door cards. That's like one of the best cards you can get. So that, like, if you have... There's some doors near the end of the game that ask you for, like, ridiculous requirements. Like, put in a total of, like, cards that adds up to 99 overall. And that's really annoying. Like, by the end of the game, getting cards of that high value that add up all together isn't that big of a deal, but it's still like, man, that's a lot of cards. Like, you just might not have enough because you might want to be saving a lot of your better cards. There's other doors later on, even though there wouldn't be that many more to use. It depends on how you play, but regardless, that's a lot to ask. So you can burn that entire 99 requirement if you hold on to that Joker card. Unfortunately, you can only hold on to one at the same time, one at a time, and you can always get another one randomly. So it's really up to you, but they're best saved for later in the game. But you know, for the sake of progression, at least in keeping a smooth stream going for this, I want to say that we'll probably be using those at some point or another. But we shall see. Hopefully we get lucky and get a lot of them during this run. Where are we now? See, this is another problem too. So see how this room is up here, and that's the one that's clearly where I'm supposed to go next, it's glowing? I don't know if this door opens up to here or this door opens up to here. I'm gonna take a big boy gamble and try this one. What's number 2? Let's see what we got here. Oh, thank heavens. So yeah, I looked out there, and that's where we need to go next. We'll do a couple fights here, and then we'll move on. So even if I have to do some fighting on screen, The worst thing for me would be having to like double back on too many bosses, so that's why I'm trying to pace my things out. The room I just opened up, the effect for this one is that it boosts the number on magic cards. I think any of the green cards that boost a certain card affinity, it boosts it like 1 or 2 numbers. So there's one for attack cards, one for magic card, and there's one for item cards. They just present different ways to battle, but again, it's like, aside from having that there, or like having those options there, let me see, do I have any good cards to add in? Oh, Olympia, that was the one I was going crazy over. You get rid of this 1, no one needs a 1 card in their life. Actual garbage. As my deck has no weak cards, Kaiba. Or my grandpa's deck, I don't know. I barely watched Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. That was the whole thing I missed, man. I get Yu-Gi-Oh! But I figured out really early on that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just Japanese Magic the Gathering. And that's totally fine. Magic's fun, but I don't know. I think that was like, I just missed out on it. But I get that everyone knew the anime for Yu-Gi-Oh! But we have also long since passed the age of like card game explosion, I think. Because now it's mobile game explosions. It's like gacha garbage. Yeah. Which I'm surprised that like actual card games haven't taken off on mobile phones. Like I'm sure they have. I know there's like online, there's like digital ways to play Magic and other things like that, but I don't know. I also could be talking out of my ass. There could be like really good Yu-Gi-Oh! Apps or other things I just have no idea what they're about, but hey. Anyways, this is clearly the peak culmination of card game tech. Do not ask me for my Lost Kingdoms stream. That will not be happening, but... No, I don't know. Card games and video games are weird, because I feel like if a game gives you enough agency in terms of like how you customize your deck, like there's always going to be some kind of RNG to it, because at that point it's like... It's not a card game anymore, you're just playing an RPG with really... Or like an action game with really over-excessive menus then. Or like this, but like there's still RNG in terms of like how I get cards in this game, and you know you arrange your deck to the point of how you want it. But the enemies are still playing on a somewhat similar playing field. Like earlier when we were fighting Axel, that was actually a fairly decent fight because Axel has to reload his cards. All of the player characters, or like all the quote-unquote human characters, I think bosses do too, but especially humans, you'll notice it during like the big fights, they will reload their card decks after a while, and I think that's really cool, because it's like, oh, that's also like an enemy playing on the same playing field that I am, like even if they're doing really crazy slates and combos, they have a pre-built deck that's like tough to deal with, you still have them playing on the same rule field as you, and that's cool, and I think that's like the make it or break it factor for me in like playing card-based video games. There's some fun ones too, like not just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulators or like I don't know, like I'm like handheld Magic on like PSP or something. I don't know, I'm thinking of random examples, but like I mentioned Lost Kingdoms. That's an old game from FromSoft on the GameCube, but there's other ones too, like Baten Kaitos, I never knew how to pronounce it. That's a fun one. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 was a card game. That's a weird one. I'm trying to think more. I know there are more like card RPGs. I guess Phantom Dust, technically. That's a weird one. I don't know. It's just that's the thing. It's card games where like cards are part of the world, but it's not the whole focus. Are like few and far between. I think just because they have their limits, but I think you can do them well. And I do think that Chain of Memories is an example of that being done well. Flawed, but done well, I will say. I see now that things are starting to flow, like battles are coming through pretty smooth. Well, smooth as they can. Also, something interesting to note is cards have different stats on them besides just like attack damage and the number value. So like I have an Olympia Keyblade in here that I got that has a higher attack damage than like the regular Kingdom Key. So that like its base damage is higher than Kingdom Key, but it also has I think what they call like reload speed, which means that's like how much like animation stall there is in between each attack. And that's different, varying on keyblades. Like obviously Ultimate Weapon has like the highest stats, but there's some cards that also have like really strong finishing properties, or cards that have less of a chance of breaking, even depending on numbers. I don't know. There's a lot of really weird stuff, and it's like when you dig in, it's cool, it's there. But again, like I'll probably be saying this through the whole run of this game. Like none of it matters because you're just like there's no end game. There's no post-game, and that kind of sucks. Or there's at least not a post-game that's significant enough to warrant there being like all that, this kind of cool tech in this cool card game. I don't know. But, marching on anyway. Yeah, gee, thanks, Cloud. Do you fight? I don't remember if you fight Cloud here. I actually don't. But you do get a cutscene with him there. Which it pans like cutscene angle, but then it goes back. Like, why? You realize what you're doing. Nomura spent 50 hours drawing me. My sword's much bigger than yours. Yeah, so the Cliff Notes version of this Cliff Notes... Oh, you do fight Cloud. Okay, let's have fun with this. Yeah, basically the Cliff Notes version of this like fake memory world that doesn't matter is like there's this tournament and Hades is trying to get Cloud to kill Hercules and...
Give me your best shot.
Okay. Now this is a fight I actually have to win, so I mean... I'll try not to do too many breaks like that, so let me see. That's what's nice though, you can stop his Omni Slash whenever you want. Jesus, he has a 0-2, that was awful. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So the key for battles like this is to try and like abuse friend card combos as much as you can. That will usually win you a fight. Because friend cards don't get burnt out in slates like I mentioned before.
Freeze! Heal!
Perfect. Oh dude, come on. And then let's combo with everyone together. Oh wow, I got him in the corner there. That was really good. That was so lucky with that battering ram of everyone. Cloud just got destroyed. But yeah, see, knowing the cards and knowing the systems really comes in clutch versus like just fighting Cloud in Kingdom Hearts 1 isn't always the easiest depending on where you're on. High Potion, it's just better card recovery. It's like even if cards were wasted in slates, and it works. I'm also going to turn my little lamp on because even though it's past daylight savings time, it's getting a little dark in the room. Okay. Hooray! I forgot you fight Cloud there. That's a fun fight though. Level 9. Okay, where are we? Oh, no, that's not where we need to go. So I'll just show you the door and what it looks like. So that's the key to rewards right here, yeah. So if I had the key to it, they drop very randomly. More so later during... Oh, I wanted that heal card. It's okay. More so like later in the game than in the beginning, but each world has... Technically, oh god, here's a whole nother talking point. This should be fun. Okay, so key to rewards, like I mentioned before, you open the door. Like I would burn a blue card and then open the key to rewards, and then I'd either get like a cool slate or I would get like a rare card depending on the world. Like I know Traverse Town gives you Leon's like Lionheart Keyblade card. That's pretty good for early on if you can actually like get one of the cards to drop. I'm not gonna make y'all sit through those. I don't need the cards that badly, but But this is the, I guess, HD version of this game, and then added specifically into this final version of the game. This was also on the PS3 version, I think, too. This was a feature, which is really weird. There are some cards that are tied into 358 Days. That's the first DS game. Now 358 Days over 2 is. I'll just say 358 because I don't want to explain that right now. That all makes sense when we get there, hopefully. If it doesn't, well then. Anyway, 358 Days over 2. That has been condensed into a cutscene compilation. I think it works fine for what it is because that game takes a long time to get through. That is a handheld game with a lot of like mission-based gameplay that does not flow well. Whereas like I think the mystery dungeon style that Chain of Memories has here, it can be a little tedious, but it still flows well. You go from one world to the next, and then though I lament the lack of like good post-game content because of how much potential depth there is with the card battles and stuff, you can still just get from point A to point B, being like the beginning and end of the game, and then just be done. And for someone who might just be trying to glean off all the story, I think this game does a pretty good job like condensing its story bits to the good parts. Here's all the major plot, here's what's happening, and this is the setup for Kingdom Hearts 2. There you go. I think it does a good job in that regard, even if it takes a little bit to get there. Whereas 358, that's I don't know, it's like a not as good Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and I'll leave it at that. But the reason I mentioned 358 is because there were some of the enemy cards you get are of the organization members. And now, like, not really spoilers, but you don't meet all the organization members in Capital Oblivion. Like, this is where you just meet the first, like, chunk of them, and get introduced. So, you kind of do off with the rest of them in Kingdom Hearts 2 when we get there. But because this is an HD version of the game, and it's like, it's the final everything, this is probably the last time they'll ever edit this version of the game. A bunch of enemy cards were then added to this game that make up for the organization members that you only meet in Kingdom Hearts 2. And, ooh, another 8 Olympia, that's really good, holy moly. I'll just throw that in there. How much does that take? 22? I can just put that right. Put it in the middle of some other weak cards. Yeah, that should be good, actually. There you go. Okay, that should be good, yeah. Having strong cards to start off like combos like that is usually a safe bet. That's all I can really do there. Okay. Cool. And then we're level 10. Okay, that sticks to my goal anyway. But yeah, so getting those enemy cards I was talking about, right, that are of the Kingdom Hearts 2 organization members. There's a couple extras from there as well. Getting those, you have to... I'm going out to save, by the way. So you have to first clear this game, right? Then, like, you can't even get those on your first run through, so... tying that back into, like, trophy completion, if that's your thing, that kind of sucks. Because, like, hey, what if you're playing this game for the first time but still trying to challenge yourself? You couldn't do that. You'd have to patiently, like, if you were trying to do release order, play all the way through Kingdom Hearts 2 and then watch the movie for 358. That's kind of jacked. And not only that, but going back through, you have to then like grind out more cards and more cards and more cards, and it's just you have to complete a whole nother game before you truly 100% complete this, because it stops you from getting the card completion for Sora. Everyone else is fine, but it's ridiculous some of the completion things in here, as far as trophies anyway. But hey, we're about to finish Olympus, so that's cool. Guess. No, I want Roulette World. Print that one, I guess. At least we got some decent cards here. I didn't expect to get such good Olympia cards. Even if I only got a couple, that's still... That's really the main thing. It's just like once you get card numbers that are above like 5, like any card above 5 is generally not trash for the beginning of the game. By the end of the game, you usually have a deck of like 7s, 8s, and 9s most of the time, because breaking is most important, and some zeros, of course. But blah blah blah. Cloud needs his memories. And then it's Hades without his voice, who is way less dramatic, unfortunately. And it sucks too, because in some of the other side games, Hades has his voice. We had a deal. Yes, that's the whole point. It's a memory game. What? And yeah, he just jumps straight to fighting Hades. Pack your pita, Herc. Get it? Because they're in ancient Greece. They write in a bunch of dumb lines for that in a lot of the games where like Hades just has text. It's kind of cute. Yeah, now you have your first boss that was an actual big villain boss. Kind of underwhelming considering how long it takes to actually fight Hades. They use his voice clips though, which is kind of cool. See, it's good to lead in with a card to like break, because normally...
Take that! Take that!
Courage!
Oh, I didn't want to waste Simba like that. Oh well. I'll still give you my cards back. I just don't want to waste the zero either. Shouldn't have that much health, though, so it shouldn't be long. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Take that! Take that!
I won't burn too much, as long as I can keep my big number of cards. He just getting all around everywhere. I don't know how many bars he has, because my glorious face is blocking his camera.
That's it. Take that!
There we go.
Take that! That's it. That's it.
I'll break this. Ah, that didn't work. Oh, no.
Take that. That's it.
The only thing that sucks about Donald is sometimes like the worst with the spells he drops because of the fact that a lot of enemies in here actually have some decent elemental weaknesses. Like Hades is also weak to ice, kind of like Axel.
That's it.
Oh god.
Take that. Take that.
Oh god.
Take that.
Oh god.
Take that.
Oh, he's just. Oh god.
Take that. Take that.
Oh, he might. Oh wow. No. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Well, I played poorly. That's fine. Hopefully there's not too many of those. This is also why I need to grind off screen for this game, because I am not going to make y'all sit through that. But yeah, Donald, part of the reason why I lost other stuff from being a chump was that Donald randomly shoots out spells when you summon him. He's usually pretty helpful, but he can also be the worst because you might need some heals from him and he doesn't give it to you. You might want him to use all ice attacks against Hades and he also might not do that. It's kind of the worst.
Feel the heat.
You can actually dodge this stuff. That's another thing. Sometimes card games like give you no way to dodge things, and that's just the attack he's laying down there. So that's another part of it too. Is like there's more to it than you might think.
Take that.
Power.
But it's also I don't know.
Take that.
I want to use ice. There we go.
Take that.
Oh, okay. My cards recovered just at the right time. Watch Donald just disappoint me here.
That's it.
Oh, Goofy, come on. Oh, he doesn't get to...
That's it. That's it. Take that.
I'm doing better so far. I'm trying to play towards the friend card more. That's fine, I don't mind wasting a 2 card. sometimes if you can make your deck a little smaller but keep the bigger cards, it does help with battles somewhat, I think. And then yeah, just abuse the friend cards as well. Ooh, broke his elixir, that's good. We're doing a lot better this time.
Take that. That's it. Take that.
Oh, I know what I need to do to make this a little easier. You can hotkey like a press, so like if I need to tap to, okay, that was way better. Yeah, if I need to like just tap 0 really quick, then that'll make 0 appear. Anyway, that's Hades. I promise. You know what? I will not promise no more deaths because I have no idea. Because doing this for purpose of showcase, some things will be rushed. So we'll see. Hopefully, no more deaths tonight. That was at least quick. The turnover is very quick, thankfully. Yeah, games are canceled because this world doesn't exist, Sora. It's all in your head. Everyone is dead. You never get a match with Hercules, not in this memory world. Gee, thanks, Memory Hercules. How considerate. Hey, Cloud's waking up. Yeah, screw you, Cloud. You messed up our games. Sora, you're forgetting everything right now. How are you remembering to say this? Oh my god. How long has he had that power? Yeah, that's cool. Cloud's a summon in this game. It's actually really rad. Just get him to drop in. He has some cool abilities too, not just his regular like Omni Slash and like Cross Slash moves. He's got some weird time stop abilities you can get him to do. Not interested. Bye-bye, Fake Cloud. And that's the last we'll probably see Sans like the summon card of Cloud in his really cool Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit. He is hard repping that Advent Children from here on forth. I don't know how he's gonna look in Kingdom Hearts 3 too. That's another thing. So far in the trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3, we haven't seen jack of like any Final Fantasy characters. We've seen all the Kingdom Hearts characters, which I get it. The story's probably gonna be really focused at this point, but we still haven't seen much. So I don't know. We're doing pretty good so far. Aside from that Hades death, that's okay though. Not too much of a snag. Let me see, is there anything I can customize in Cloud? It's level 4 Cloud, that's not great. Hades boosts the power of attack cards when low. I don't think I can afford that yet. Value by 1. I can afford this, I think? No, I can't. That's okay. Yeah, I just need to get rid of a lot of these level 2 and 3 cards, so I should... Wait, do I have a movable card? Hold on. I do have a Moogle card. Let's save it for the next world, though. I'll do some Moogle shopping. So we have some money. We don't have a lot. That's the only thing that's annoying, too. Getting Moogle money in this game is a bitch, because you get no money from battles. You have to, like, constantly hunt around the worlds and, like, collect the points. But, hold on, plot dump.
It's that creepy castle that I was talking about earlier.
Disney Castle.
I know I didn't imagine it. 'Cause that was the castle where Sora had to use the Keyblade to free Kyrie's heart.
It was Castle Wolfenstein. Look at that goofy face.
Then he just disappeared.
That's not in the
And I
GBA
was
game.
so
That's for
worried.
here.
How could I ever forget that?
Oh, it was when I turned into a Heartless.
Yes, that key plot point that actually is
Wait,
dire
that
to everything.
happened in a castle?
You forgot that? 'Cause I remember perfectly.
Then what's it called?
That's easy, it was. Somebody help me. Is it in your corner?
And here we have another
Every word. I
Plot
finished
point.
the first volume right before we got to this castle. Now then, if I can just find it. Oh, here we go.
No, no, no.
Let's have a look. Oh, how could it be?
What's the matter?
Oh, my entries. They're gone.
Yep.
Every page is blank.
That ties into something later, weirdly enough.
How could this have happened? I'm so careful with the journals. All that hard work is gone.
The journal's blank. What's going on?
Rip. Everyone's a sad face. What do our friends have to say before we leave floors? Nah, Jiminy got super high and totally just like trashed his own journal. Hey, it's friendo girl. Who are you? I know who you are, but who are you? We'll tell everyone soon enough. It's the artist.
Something screwy. Journal pages don't just vanish.
Well, the pages
What
were
if-
there.
It's more things.
Huh?
Goofy was telling us about another castle we'd been to. But none of us really remembers it. Do you think? Could it be that we don't remember because we're losing our memories?
No.
Our memories?
Hold on. Remember what that mystery fellow said? In this place, to find is to lose. And to lose is
It's
to
okay,
find.
we get to the fun stuff eventually.
It must have been our memories he was talking about losing.
So if we keep going, we'll lose more. Guess it really is Castle Oblivion.
Well, that's what they call
So
it.
the higher we go, the more we'll forget.
Yes, Donald, get higher.
Everything and everybody will be forgotten.
Riku and Kairi too.
Well, clearly not, because you still remember them.
To go back?
Don't worry, fellers. We might forget about where we've been or what things we've seen, but we won't forget who our friends are.
I don't know.
Come on, Sora. When you turned into a Heartless, did you forget about me and Donald?
Yes.
Of course I didn't.
There you go. No matter what happens, you won't forget your friends.
Oh. You're right. Thank you, Goofy.
So if there's nothing here that can make you forget about your friends, then we have nothing to be scared of. Let's go!
But when I turned into a Heartless, who was the one who took forever to notice and kept clobbering me?
Exposed.
How come you couldn't forget about that?
Yeah, it's just cute interactions. So there's always at least some kind of like cutscene in between the worlds. Some are a little lesser, like that one. You don't always get a organization happenings, but we'll push forward to that soon enough. Never forget your friends. Still remembering silly stuff will be okay. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. And so yeah, so this is the warp area. It just keeps going forward to whatever choices we make. Let's go. We've got some more worlds to grind out. I'm trying to think. What's another good world to go to? We'll do... I don't know. If anyone has a preference pick, to see one that looks good. I'm thinking I might want to do Agrabah next, because that's also... Yeah, screw it, we'll do Agrabah next. Got at least this and one more after, depending on time, and we'll see how we're doing. But, yes, this is Boxland of Agrabah once again, as you'll see. This world wasn't boxy before. You're gonna feel the boxed up areas now. Holy moly. Yeah, someone. I wonder who that is. I think that's what gets me the most, though. It's like, I get that Sora is supposed to be forgetting as he goes to the castle, right? Like, maybe he can't remember every NPC friend that we are... that's not true. Any, like, party member friend we come to, or come across in our journey. I think I can swallow that. But... like, the fact that, like, he sees, like, Aladdin, someone who's clearly, like, one of the more, like, key party members you got in, like, a specific world early on. And he's like, oh, I wonder who that is. Like, come on now. I wish that for these, like, in-world segments that, you know, that's obviously padding. Like, they had to have a game here. Like, yeah, the stories here mean absolutely nothing in the long run. But it would have been nice to, like, see them, I don't know, like... I don't want to say put effort, but kind of, like... play more on the themes that we had in the first world, like I keep talking about with Traverse Town, where Sora is like continuously acknowledging, like, oh yeah, like this is a fake world, but like what's there to learn here, and you know, like what, I don't know, I feel like there's more that can be fleshed out there. Aladdin's a fun summon because he just runs at enemies. One, he makes them drop Moogle points. This is a great place to early on grind for Moogle points, which is also why I came here actually, because I do need to go to a Moogle room, like I was saying. But he also does good damage too. Don't worry, this is just a big, early, long fight. Most fights in this place aren't this long. Oh, that's fun. Forgot about this giant fight in the beginning here. Oh, this is not ideal. I really hope I don't die here. I'm gonna be kind of frustrated if I do. Whew, okay. We're focused. Okay, I will try and play safer and not get card broken, but you know. What are the odds? Yeah, I'm just taking so much damage here. Oh, okay, that cleared a lot of enemies. Not as many as I would have wanted, but oh, jeez. Okay, I need to heal again. Sorry, folks, this should not be taking as long as it's taking, but hey, here we are. I kind of just want to get these. I at least want to clear this room out a little, but hopefully no one else. That should be it for this wave after I do this. But... thankfully, once you clear enemies out, once there's very few of them, they don't do as much damage. Oh, I should heal. Oh no. Shit. Oh fuck. Okay. This got way higher stress than it needed to be. That should give me a slide? Okay, thank heavens. Oh. Fun. Dramatic card battles. I will give myself more HP as a buffer right there. Yeah, I definitely need to get to a Moogle shop and at least try and get some better cards. So yeah, things happen in a slightly different segment than they do. And hey, Genie's back with no voice, but he has the animation of his voice having appeared. As if these cutscenes weren't any more awkward. Enough dry jokes, get it? Because they're in a desert. There you go. Oh gosh. Anyway, welcome to Agrabah. Blah blah blah, you all know the rules of Genie. What, Goofy, why are we headed that way? You tell me. Yeah, key beginnings, and Aladdin is also our friend in this world. And what's nice about friend cards too is like in I guess in the mainline games you like choose between your party members, so you can only have like 3 at a time. So sometimes you like I sacrifice Goofy for a lot of the add-ons because the side party members tended to double up as like kind of the tank plus more damage characters, which is like the role that Goofy somewhat fulfills. Even though Sora is like the main all-around damage and everything.
Aladdin.
But you still, give me more Moogle points. And here though, you always have a chance to get any of the characters in battle. So like, you can get Donald, Goofy, or Aladdin, and I think that's pretty cool. So at least gives you full access to everyone that's quote-unquote in your party for that world. I'm gonna clear this room out and maybe try and gain a level, and then we will... How big is this world right now? World map. Okay, so this isn't too bad.
Courage! Heal! Donald!
There we go. Let me see. Yeah, so the enemy mobs aren't too bad. They're dropping in, I'd say, a fair amount of XP. I'm also just trying to grind out Moogle points too, so my first shop trip isn't too unfruitful. We actually get some decent stuff. But we'll see. Is that Aladdin? Oh, that is Aladdin. No.
Aladdin!
Yeah, we have almost 700 points for it, so that's not terrible, I think. It's been a minute since I've done the Moogle shop, but we're done, Simba. We're done with this room. Let us out. I'll do a couple more fights, see if I can get a level up on Sora one more time, and then we shall progress. I also need to, like I said before, make sure I have room cards. Oh wait, Aladdin.
Aladdin!
Oh, I hope this doesn't get broken. Damn it, that was really low.
Freeze! Heal!
Perfect.
Aladdin!
Aladdin's perfect for getting rid of the big flame guys too. He just slices right through them. They have the properties of the other, like the big guys they normally have, where they bounce off their stomach. Okay, I'll get some card points there too. Okay, I said I was gonna level up, then we'll get out of here. So let us go. Just break these to get the Moogle points. Oh no, please leave me alone. Okay, so you're trying to get there. Perfect. Hopefully this Moogle shop gives me some good stuff. You get a free card pack every time you go into a Moogle shop as well. It's good to break everything in a Moogle room though, just to make sure you don't miss anything. Where's the room I'm trying to find? So that's that one. And it's either in the next one or around the corner, so we'll see in a second. What's nice is cards that get dropped like that in rooms, like the Kingdom Key is this photo, and they stay bouncing around for like a hot minute. What is that? Kingdom Key 5! That is much better. Okay. Let's dump this garbage. We are on our way to a better deck as we speak. Even if I have the small amount of cards I have, I can just get a better deck, like numbers-wise. Blah blah blah, save up points, get cards. Here's your card pack. Come on, not garbage. Ooh. Ooh, that level 6, that's the only thing that's not garbage in there, but hey. Okay, what can we buy? You can also convert cards, so like I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of level 1 kingdom keys, because literally no one needs those. Not that I had a bunch to begin with, but... okay, so we are going to get 2 of these and maybe a magic pack. Okay, mostly trash, but that's fine. I can convert those. It's really just getting... Ooh. Okay, that's a good pack. That's a good pack. See me gamble live on stream right now. Come on, big numbers. Hey, we got one more 5. Okay. I'm going to... Again, sell some cards. Anything under the number 3, honestly. Like, unless you're trying to make... oh, no, I need that 5. And you can see the card. I get 6 points for Kingdom Keys. I get 10 for 3 Wishes. 10 for... We have so many low Olympias. That's sad. Where's I even going with this? Yeah, anything under the number 4 is kind of just garbage to me. Just for like general fighting purposes. But let's... Okay, let's get rid of number 2s and then replace them with more high numbers. I'm just gonna random drop cards at the end here. And then let's go for getting rid of the number 3 now. That's good. That is good there. And then... Okay, I guess 4 would be the next number to try to buff out. Get rid of that then, and then put in this last 5. The Kingdom Key 5. Yeah, okay, so we actually have a fairly okay deck now for this point in the game. Much safer in terms of not getting my enemy cards broken every 5 seconds. Let me remove that and put that in there. That's also good. The problem is, though, higher number of cards, things start to add up. So that's why now it's like the point where I need to start investing in more card points. Okay, that would be a high. Oh, that's an 8 high potion. I cannot afford that, though. That's a shame. I'd love to have that in there, actually. Because yeah, I cannot afford that. Okay, well, I'll upgrade my card points at some point, and then we'll throw that in there too. That's really good for this point in the game. I think that may be it. I don't really need to get too much more. I'm really satisfied with that. Well, we got some good card pulls. Hey, live card gambling. That's what you want, right? Okay, next room. Where are we going? It's a fun one. I'll do that. Hello to anyone else who has joined. As the night's been going on, I know this game has some weird lulls. I'm trying my best with it. It's got a very heavy front-loaded beginning. And then it kind of deviates in the middle. It slows down hard as you go through the worlds. And it's like, it's fun, but like the Hercules world, and you're seeing with this Aladdin world, like it's just, they serve as just corridors for you to wander through and kind of just remember your journey with Sora in the past. And it's like, it just enforces like how hollow and empty these halls are. It's like, it's nothing but memories. Maybe that's the metaphor they were going for? I don't know. But yeah, fucking thank heavens we have fairly decent card numbers now. Enough of that. Enough of those low numbered nonsense. That should help us get through pretty smoothly for the rest of the night. I'll probably add more as I get more card points going along. Like I said, try not to invest too much in slates. I'm not a heavy slate user. I think as long as you rotate between HP and card points, you're safe. Oh, did that Aladdin card disappear? I actually kind of wanted that. Whatever.
Heal.
Come on, Goofy, finish this up. Yeah, real nice on those Olympia Keyblades. They have really good attack for this point in the game, too. Also why I went to Olympus first. What is that? Ooh, it's a fire card. Anything worth it? Nope. Just a shame too when you get a low numbered card. Like, hey, I guess you're a couple Moogle points I'll sell later.
Donald.
But Aladdin, yes. Problem with using him against the little magic guys here is they tend to be higher up, so he doesn't always hit them. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. I think there's a trophy for like getting X amount of Moogle points, and it's kind of excessive, like some of the other trophies in this game. What else did you expect? Good, I'm getting higher numbered room cards too, I appreciate that. Level 12 still, next level 288. I don't know if I'll be able to comfortably hit that. That was 2 cards with that. Kingdom Key 6, that's going in. Kingdom Key 3. I can throw in one more so I have a full set of combos. Oh no, I can't do that, that's fine. Have to wait till I level up.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get to... Okay, so we have to go all around this corner very uncomfortably. That's fun. Yeah, the special effect for this room, if you haven't noticed already, I think I forgot to point it out, was Lasting Days, I think it's called. It just means that when you like get the first strike on an enemy, then the stun lasts a lot longer in battle when you show up.
Freeze. Heal. There.
Good. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of bounty rooms. Those are just like general treasure drop rooms. Fun to go through and get some spoils, but beyond that, not much more of a use to serve. Kind of just trying to get through right now, so I'll use. I gotta use an enemy card up here. Spending way too much time thinking about it. There you go. Problem is just saving cards. Like I like to try to save as much of a card variety as I can because I don't have all the doors memorized. I'm just going through as I'm going through. Yeah, man, this is. Now we have the whole map open to us though. So let me. I have a lot of high numbered ones. Do I have a number 4 anywhere? No. Oh, it's actually weird. I don't have a number 4. I'll burn this one. 0 is double as like aces, as they do in battle. Thankfully for doors, doors only need to be open once. And then down here. So what does this door require of me? Ooh, okay, so good thing I saved these high numbered cards. So we need a higher than 5, and then a 7. Perfect. Or as perfect as it can be. Ugh. Never understood Genie's hair tuft. It's just kind of like pulling out of the top of his head. What does he look like if he unties it? Yeah, screw this Jafar guy we've clearly never met before. Yeah, set him free. That's dude, we already did this. Okay, it's just a memory though. It's weird that like Sora's memories envision this whole world that like where things didn't happen yet, but I don't know. Also, it's weird. Genie does have this weird little goatee mustache thing going too, but it doesn't look like a mustache. I don't know. Oh my god. This one's even less, like, contrived than the Olympus one, because this one is straight up just the same plot again. He's just, it's the Aladdin thing. Okay, now we are back in the room we already went to. Let me go down again. I'll do a battle first. Why not? Oh. These giant enemies are going to be the end of me. Oh, Goofy, please. Save us. Bam. Battle saved.
Freeze.
You'll have to forgive these points of dullness. I tried to continue the talking, but that kind of sums up this game, though. Is it just there? No matter how you slice it, as much fun as you might be having once you gain some appreciation for the battle system and like get things flowing, there are just going to be dull points, and I think that's probably the game's biggest flaw. Not the lack of post game compared to the main Kingdom Hearts games. Not the fact that you know the story is told kind of strangely enough, and that like the in-betweens, the hallways, are where the story truly takes place, and the rooms are kind of just padding. But I think in the padding that is just the dull moments, that's the game's biggest flaw, really. It's a shame, but can't win them all, I guess. I still don't think this is the weakest Kingdom Hearts game, though. I have to say that by as much as there are parts of it that I enjoy as well, I think that oh yes, that fits perfectly. Nice. I think that 358 may be the weakest of the games. We'll have a big talk about that when we get there. I don't know if there'd be a way for me to show it off. I would need to set some things up, because I do not have video capture on my DS. We'd have to first watch the cutscenes, then maybe switch over for the night to I don't know, a different output. I don't know how DS emulation is, to be honest. Like, it'd also be kind of annoying because then I have to find a save file, and it's like, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. If people are interested in seeing that, I think it'd be fun to show, because the actual game of 358 is very neat, but it's not. The biggest reason that I think, you know, well, aside from the fact that it runs on a different engine than pretty much every other Kingdom Hearts game, the two DS Kingdom Hearts games have unique engines. The rest of them run on like a variant of the PS2 Kingdom Hearts game engines, like Birth by Sleep and this one and Dream Drop Distance. But the DS ones, they're all kind of their own thing. And the second one recoded. While that game's story is like almost nothing, which is it's a good thing. It's reduced to a cutscene compilation. That game plays way better, I think, than 358. They really smoothed out the kinks that they had, you know, come across there. But the way 358 is structured is that, like I said before, it's missions, a la like Metal Gear Peace Walker, and whereas like missions and, you know, short bursts, that works good on a handheld, but that doesn't exactly come through on a console for everyone. Some people don't mind that, some people do, but I think with a game like Kingdom Hearts, especially where you're like trying to fight for those tidbits of story, you have to do a lot in 358 to work for those. And the thing is that story bits you get are more just like, I don't know, different perspectives from things that are like that have happened and are going to happen somewhat. That's about it. I don't know, that's where I think, like, even though Chain of Memories in general has these like low point moments where it's like you're going through the world, this Aladdin's like retelling does not matter at all. Nothing in here matters. But it's like you have that as kind of like a lower point. It's like, that sucks, but you're never in these worlds for too long. Like, the worst you'll have to do is grind out a few levels and then push forward and, you know, keep your card deck high, and like, you should be fine. You know, it's never unbearable. Whereas like in 358 though, like grinding out missions in there can just be true tedium. Like, I have only ever played through that game completely once. And that's when it first came out. Like, it was fun, and I was like right when I started college. And like I had a friend who I was playing with at the time who we played some missions together, and it's like, okay, that was cool. Like, the multiplayer in that game is really unique. And it's a shame because that never translated over to the consoles either. And it's like, no shit, I guess we're just talking about 358 right now, screw it. Because I actually can't talk about 358 too much when we watch the cutscene compilations, because it's a cutscene compilation. I'll try and do commentary, but whack. Yeah, who is that? This Princess of Heart. Gee, I wonder. It's like, Aladdin, you're the one who's like trying to get at her. Boy, figure it out. Jasmine! Yeah, this is literally just like the Aladdin plot in the game. Yeah, now we have another scripted Heartless battle, which is kind of unique. But that should help us in leveling up, so we don't have to do too much more grinding. Yeah, I guess, you know, why the hell not? 35-8 days. Well, I won't discuss story bits, just like the facets of it for gameplay and stuff. There's some unique ideas. The engine it runs on, like I said, is different, so it feels a little different, but multiplayer stuff in there is really cool, and that works the best with the mission setup. But what's cool about it is you get to play as all the organization members. You get to play as, even though you don't play as him in there, Sora is an unlockable character, as well as Riku, Donald, Goofy, Mickey. I think you get Ansem from Kingdom Hearts 1. All the warriors are there. And it's really neat because, like, there are, while we are going to play as Riku later on, and you get to play as the different kids in the beginning of Birth by Sleep, like, there are very little chances in Kingdom Hearts to often play as different characters. So the fact that they tried to, like, actually get in there and make some unique animations and, like, gameplay styles for, like, all the organization members is really cool, and I think that's the biggest loss, maybe, from, like, never getting a true remastered, like, game for 358, but with how slowly paced that game is, it's probably for the best. Like, you guys think this is slowly paced. If we were doing story bits there, like actually playing through the missions and going through the game, that'd be a rough one to stream for you guys. So I'm very glad that that's one of the ones they've cutscened over time.
Courage! Heal!
That makes me wonder though, because like the Kingdom Hearts, most of the handheld ones have had some sort of like mild multiplayer option, even if it's like just like, hey, trade little pets in the 3DS one that has the little Dream Eater guys, or you know, in Recoded, I think it was like compare the way you leveled up your Sora in that game, because that will, yeah, let's just not get into that, what that means, but in Birth by Sleep, when it was on PSP, you had, there's an arena mode, which the arena is still there to do missions and like extras on the side, but the arena allowed for multiplayer, and that was pretty cool. I did that as well with the same friend, and it's different. But it's cool to see them trying those ideas, but like they would probably never commit to it on a console because it'd just be too weird. I think it would take away a little bit, but I think the idea of like an action RPG with some multiplayer elements is kind of neat. Oh look, it's Jafar. Blah blah blah, I have the lamp now, you already know. You're a pawn in everyone's game, Jafar. Look, you're a memory. This happens way quicker than it did before. But gotta make it. Yeah. Go save Jasmine. Save this data, Jasmine, that doesn't matter. Key to truth. Thank heavens. So that's the last one. I may try and level up one more to stick to what I said. Yeah, level 14. How long do we need till 15? So we just hit it. Can I add this 50? Oh yeah, I can definitely add that. Bam, we have a pretty nice deck for where we are in the game right now. We've got a good potion card with high level, any kind of potion recovery like that. That's pretty cash. You know, having that magic in there is okay, I guess. I don't really need it, but then, yeah. I think we're at a solid pace, at least for the way things are going, for how quick I've been rushing this. Which, speaking of rushing, I don't even know, like, hey, for one, GDQ is going on this week, games on quick, so pop in and watch that when you get some free time. There's all sorts of good things. But speaking of Kingdom Hearts and speedrunning and rushing, I have no idea, actually, if people really do a lot of streaming for this game in terms of speedrunning. I think it'd be interesting to find out, but I've never heard much about it. I would assume, aside from like any glitches you can find, there's probably not much to it because so much of the game's like core progression is just based around like cards and like the regular progression of Sora. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what kind of tech is out there for it, if anything. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine trying to speedrun this game is very engaging. It probably takes a certain kind of dedication. But yeah, I think aside from that little death on Hades, we're actually doing pretty solid for tonight. We should be able to make it to at least one more world, and then during the week I'll do some off-screen grinding to really put us at a good place to maybe get a little farther the next week. But at that point, some of the harder bosses and stuff start coming too. So really gotta be ready.
Aladdin.
Yeah, really trying to abuse these Moogle points while I'm still in Agrabah. Because most of the other friend cards in other places do not drop things that frequently, or if they do, it's not excessive Moogle points, which is like the best thing. Like, why can't I just take Aladdin to every world? He's the one who would probably want to travel the most anyway, but hey, what do I know? Ooh, okay, finally something else to talk about. That little golden P card that you just saw, that is a premium card. At the end of this battle, a ticker roulette will go off to get let me get what's called a premium card. Premium cards are interesting because they... I'm gonna cancel it right now. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna cancel. So premium cards do several things. One, they give your card a gold sheen. It's kind of like getting like a limited edition version of a card or something like there used to be for different card games back in the day. But a premium card, what it does is lowers the cost of that. So it's like a Kingdom Key level 5 costs like 10 card points or something. You will have that in your deck, but then a premium card might make it go down to like 7 card points. So it makes your cards cost less, so you can make a bigger deck with more combos. But on the flip side is like once you use that premium card, it is gone unless you use the proper potion to bring it back. Which usually it's only like higher level potions that bring them back. So that really just depends. So I don't know. Like some people really dislike using premium cards. I don't think using premium. That's what that room card that I just got there. It nets me more premium card drops. So I don't know. I don't think premium cards are bad. I think it's a different way to arrange your deck, surely. But I don't know. I don't often find myself using them in a because I prefer the consistency of like just having cards to constantly reload. And then, you know, if I don't get cards broken or use too many slates, it helps me progress through the rooms easier. And then, you know, if I really need a specific deck of cards for a boss, then it's like I just make a card set for a boss to burn through. I don't know. It's neat to say the least. And it's like you can't premium card potions and items either because those are only one use per battle. So you just kind of got to be choosy. Sometimes it's better to do it for like big magic cards maybe if you're not always trying to combo them in. Because some of the summons take up a lot. Especially if you get like the level 8 and 9 versions of them. Alright, we did it. What level am I at? Okay. Only 1 or 2 more battles and we should be ready for good old Big Bad Jafar. And we're making pretty good time tonight too. Yeah, I think depending on how we do in the next world we go to, which I feel like it'll probably be a little longer too, because that's how things progress here. We will probably be able to just do one more, like my plan was saying, but that's okay. It's Sunday night, everyone's chilling. It's a little earlier too, so we're not ready to tuck in just yet. But I thought doing these Sunday night streams would be a good idea. So far, this has been kind of nice. Not that I mind Friday nights either, but it will probably usually always be weekends, even over the summer, just because it's just I like that. That's when more people have time to come out and hang out and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit that level up real nice.
Freeze. Heal. Yeah.
I think it's neat so far. I think today started off pretty strong for Summer Games Done Quick. I didn't look at the whole list. I definitely was. I had it ticked on this morning. Like I sat through the Banjo-Tooie one, and then I watched some of the other ones. I was mad I didn't get to see Kirby today because I was out. Gosh, funny, but also not so funny story. I've been trying to get a Switch now for the past week or two. After watching E3, I was like, okay, screw it, I'm going to try this and get one. They seem pretty neat. I like what's there in this things I want to play. But I've been getting beamed by like every retailer I go to. First I was trying to get it through Best Buy's website, because I have a Best Buy card, and they have a good like payment plan sort of thing, where it's like if you spend like, I don't know, like $300, you get like 12 months of no interest financing kind of stuff. So like, you just pay it off kind of slowly, so that's nice. So I figured I would do that, but then I realized my Best Buy card is now, because I haven't used it in so long, it's been deactivated, so I had to go and reapply again. And while that took like a minute to refill out all the stuff, and like I got reapproved instantly, I went over to the games section, and even though online Best Buy, the store I went to, said like, hey, we have Switches and like the games you want in stock, they didn't have any Switches in stock, so that was fun. So that's week 2 of no Switch. But anyway, that whole story was a segue into me. Yes, I missed the Kirby stream that I wanted to see this morning, but I have seen what they've been doing so far, and I think what I've seen of the lineup is actually pretty good. You know what? While I am clicking through this cutscene that I don't mind missing at all, it's just Jafar yelling at Aladdin and blah blah blah. We're going to look at the Games Done Quick lineup for today, which I think right now I am playing through Resident Evil 4, which pretty strong day, like a lot of big games they start off with. Usually they used to save like really popular games for later on during the week, but I think they start off strong. Let's see, well, this nothing is happening. Let me read off some fun ones. Ooh, Ninja Gaiden Black, that should be pretty cool. Maybe I'll catch the end of that later. Let's see. Well, Bangai, that's cool. Gunstar Superheroes, that's rad, but it's at 3 in the morning. That's the problem. I love watching the re-uploads of some of these. Like, I like just tuning in to the Games Done Quick streams when I can. They're always fun to jump in and see what's going on. But there's some games where it's like, man, I really want to watch that. Just not at 3 in the morning. But I guess it's nice that they keep it going. That's always the most impressive part of it. Okay, Sparkster, Rocket Knight, that's cool. Oh, Pikmin 3! Yo, Pikmin 3? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know people speedrun that game, but I guess so. What are you talking about, Jafar? Okay, I'll get off this list, but I don't know. So far, this list actually looks pretty good going down. Ooh, Penumbra. Okay. Ooh, they got some decent stuff there. Hey, Sonic Block, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, no, that's always the hardest thing about them. It's just like, not even like, oh, like ARG, adult hours, adult life problems. Like, I feel like just like so many of the things are like, oh, like there's that cool game. Like maybe it's not like gonna get the same spot like Ocarina of Time or some like big game would get, but you know, I feel like I get it. They want to keep the whole thing going like 24/7 all week, and I love and appreciate that. But it's always, I feel like more often than not, I have that case of like, oh man, I want to see that game. Like, oh, it's okay, but it is what it is. Okay, so this fight we'll talk about the fight now that we're in the boss battle against Jafar. So this is the same fight as before, but the platforms are a little more interactive than they were in the base Kingdom Hearts. So breaking cards is your friend, and still you have to hit Iago up there, and just wail on him because, you know, why wouldn't you go hit a bird? And again, because my giant head is blocking the, oh, ow. Again, because my giant head is blocking the, life bar, we're gonna be playing a little Russian roulette here with bosses. Which card is this? I'm trying to get, hopefully luck out and get a, or I can see what this does. Yo, Aladdin's special move is called Sandstorm. Get ready to party. Oh, wow. Actually, did some really good hits on him. I'm super satisfied with that. Oh. But yeah, I'm trying to get the Mickey card because that will let me raise all the platforms up. Go away, Jafar. No one likes you. But yeah, this fight is, once again, very easy, but having the cards, I think, actually makes it a little more fun. It's, if I had to explain why, I think it's just because you have the ability to like break his attacks, whereas before you were always just like waiting for like Iago to come next to you. I don't know. It's neat if anything. But yeah, you're always just breaking Jafar's attack there. And Iago is just tired out as hell here. But yeah, that fight, as nothing as it still is pretty fun. Anyway, yeah, back to GDQ talk. Yeah, it's usually always good stuff. I appreciate how they've tried to like vary things up in some of the years that are more recent. I feel like they've tried to anyway. They used to have a very consistent like, oh, we're playing like Metroid and Zelda on the last day, but they've kind of jumped things around a little more. Like I like when they, you know, go for some fun stuff. Actually, I need to check it out. One of my favorite things to watch was there's a couple years ago where they did oh, Cuphead, that should be fun. Okay, wait, let me finish this little cutscene up. I'm just totally distracted by that, but I don't think anyone is complaining at all. Blah, blah, blah. Genie helps Aladdin. Everyone saves the day. Everyone has a good time. Owl, wish for the thing that's in your fake memory heart. You want to be the real cool guy. Don't be a fake rich guy. Be a real poor guy. You did it. You freed the fake genie who can't speak. Yeah, no, a couple years ago, actually, let me just see Tetris. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, no, there was a couple years ago on one of the GDQs. I can't remember if it was summer or winter, but they did a showcase of Tetris gameplay for this. There's a version of Tetris called Tetris the Grandmaster. This was originally an arcade release version of Tetris. It's basically just like Tetris for people who are tired of Tetris normal. It's like Tetris on crack. It's the best thing ever because it's like super high level arcade play Tetris. Like, no, like it's the best thing ever. And they did this really great showcase of that a couple years ago. And like they haven't, I don't know, they haven't done too many like super like skill based showcases like that. Like every speedrun is skill based, of course, but more like super hardcore, like play the arcade game till it breaks kind of skill based stuff. I feel like we do see that sometimes, but it depends. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, no, the definitely always things I want to see that are just at like times that are like slightly too inconvenient and just like, man, like I want to watch, I don't know, like what did I just say? And yeah, you get Genie's card because all your summon friends can just make cards out of themselves. But yeah, like what do I want to watch? Let's like scroll through and think like, okay, that's 8 a.m. That's not bad. Ionoid Club Drive, no. I'm trying to find a good one that's early in the morning. Let's see here. Wait, which Kingdom Hearts 1 point? Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, okay. Yeah, Spyro 2. Spyro 2 is in here. It's at 4 in the morning on Saturday. Like, I'm all for, like, getting hype on a Saturday morning, because let's all do it, but, oh my. Or like, yeah, Gunstar Superheroes. That's a fun little follow-up to Gunstar Heroes in the Genesis that was on the Game Boy Advance. That's at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Like, boy, I'm sleeping, trying to go to work in the morning like a regular person. The re-uploads are nice. I mean, like, I obviously re-upload all my streams, and I've taken good care of that now. I feel I'm pretty good at that. But yeah, it's a shame to have to miss the runs you want, but it's fun. It's always fun. I don't know if I'd ever consider speedrunning myself. It would have to be a game I really, really have like strong conviction to. It's just it takes a unique individual to commit to speedrunning. I tip my non-existent hat right now to all those who commit, because there's some that are just ridiculous. Like there's great runs out there for a lot of games. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what pops up this week.
Yeah.
All right, we are not doing too bad at all right now. Time for more important plot, finally. Yeah, me too.
Why bring that up?
I had to be sure that I hadn't forgotten him.
How'd that go for you?
Good. I remembered where I had first to find the king.
You're a real
I
winner.
remember that too.
Look,
The
shirtless
king helped
Mickey
save everything
just
by
exposing
staying on
the
other
stream.
side of
Tag
the
it
door
for
in the
adult
darkness,
content only.
I think.
You got it, Goofy.
And me? I'm looking for Riku. He was with the king when the door closed. I guess there's no way we'll forget the most important memories.
That's good, because I don't want to forget.
You're already forgetting. No, it's okay. Riku and the king are still together. Oh boy. I think we'll get a neat cutscene in between here, but I promise nothing. Thank heavens. Okay.
You seem pretty intrigued by this Sora kid.
Are you telling me you're not Larxene?
Haven't decided yet. I think what intrigues me more is what you see in him.
There was a time he became a Heartless. And if one becomes a Heartless...
They lose their minds and their feelings. They're consumed by the darkness.
Right, but not Sora. He held on to his feelings even as a Heartless. And there's only one other man who's been able to do just that.
It's the strength of his heart.
Walt Disney.
That's what interests you. Why the Keyblade shows Sora's heart.
To unlock the mysteries of the heart. Isn't that the organization's mission?
Is it, Axel? You tell me. Yeah, so clearly they're trying to figure out what's up with Sora. Why is he so unique?
If we did, what would it have been? I can't think of anything, so maybe that means that I really am losing my memories.
Losing your mind, Goofy.
But whatever they were, they couldn't have been very important memories, right?
Absolutely not.
Right. Or else I don't think you would have forgotten it. Look.
What is it?
It's
A good
me.
luck charm Kairi gave me. It's special to her, so I promised that I would return it.
Good boy.
I'll never forget making that promise. It's why I could never forget Kairi.
Forget who? Oh.
Am I right, Kairi?
Wait, what? Just mind jack straight to her. Don't get her voice in there or anything.
Huh? Oh?
Uh-oh. More money, more problems.
Do I know? That girl?
There are a lot of girls on Destiny Island. Don't worry about it, Sora.
Where did you go?
Sorry, never mind.
We better keep going.
There you go. Yeah, so Kairi will be happy find Riku and bring it home. I have to admit, so this will probably, the next world we're doing, will probably be where we call it when we get to the end of the hallway there. Like I was saying, I think that sets us on a good pace. The unfortunate reality, though, is that the story bits in between kind of come to a thud until we get to like floor 6. So I'll do my best to keep things entertaining for now. That's probably the biggest weakness with how this game starts. I don't know what to do next, actually. Trying to think of if we get anything important as far as cars or other things. Like what enemies we fight in different places too. Let's do Monstro, why not? Just do everything out of order. Yeah, so this will be the 4th floor, and then that'll probably be it for the night, just because one, it's Sunday. I know everyone else has got work and stuff tomorrow too, and busy Mondays. But I think keeping this game in four rooms per stream, and then the last one kind of just doing some extra whenever I end up deciding to do that in a couple weeks, and that should keep things pretty smooth. Riku, we should be able to burn out a little quicker because of how things go. But yeah, look, it's Pinocchio. Yeah, of course you know that voice. Yeah, but you didn't find him, Jiminy. You know he's a memory. Stop role-playing so hard in these fake memory worlds. Liar. Mentiroso. Yeah, we ended up in Monstro because we wandered through a door. Yeah, Memory Geppetto is here, Jiminy. Of course he is. We dreamed this whole place up. Okay, hopefully Monstro isn't too big map-wise. I think the bigger maps start appearing later. I like the little eyeball on Monstro there. I think it appears differently in Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay, thank heavens, yeah. So this one, we, I think, go, like, over here, and the doors are there. What level am I? Okay, I'm 15. So I'll do the segment, and here we go again. And that's just kind of what this whole shtick boils down to, so... Yeah, doing any more worlds for the night with very little payoff. Because once we get past floor 6, every world in between has something cool happening. So, or at least something like heavier plot-wise that requires stronger explanation, let's say. So, it's just this beginning that's a little bit of a weirdly paced segment. But we're doing it. I believe in the power of this stream to make it through. And honestly, it's only uphill from here too in terms of like what we've got to do content-wise. Like, hey, next we get to do Kingdom Hearts 2. That's the big one. At least one of the big ones. Then Birth by Sleep, and those are like non-stop action story, like go. So, and then the little cutscene compilations in between are just fun. Those are like 2.5, 3 hours tops. So that is, everyone get your popcorn and get toasty with me on stream as we watch a movie together.
Heal! There!
Which one do I need to hit the next level? Okay, yeah, I think my statement still stands from much earlier about like the way you pace yourself. You like average 4 to 5 levels per world, you will be generally safe.
Yeah!
And yeah, so far I haven't had to like explain too many plot-heavy things either. That will again come in later streams when things pick up more in the hallways in between. But I don't think plot things get too weird in here. Like when you boil it down, it's the organization is messing with Sora's memory and how they explain that. I don't know. It makes sense within the sense that Kingdom Hearts does and doesn't make. But the most important thing this game does is set up where Kingdom Hearts 2 starts. Because if you didn't play this game, you just jump right from Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2. Things are a little jarring, to say the least. Like I can't imagine what that would feel like, except for very confusing based on how things start off with Sora and friends there. But we'll get there when we get there.
Heal. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we should level up one more. Do one more fight and then we'll move around and open up some of the doors so we know where to go. I like doing that sometimes, like another way to like map out your world and then like go back and grind. Or another way to get a better feel for what you need to do is try and go and open all the doors first and like dodge through enemies in the rooms and then like come back and fight where you need to. It can help you pace things a little better if you're playing this on your own.
Heal.
Oh my gosh, getting behind these guys is like worse in every game. I feel like they rotate way harder. There we go. That sucks too, because you don't get any cool friend characters in this world. It's just Donald and Goofy. Huge losers. And let's see, because next is Alice, and then Jack in Halloween Town. I'll get HP. I haven't needed to add any cards in a while, because I didn't get anything new, did I? Yeah. Oh, Wishing Star. That only has good recovery, so it's good for like end of combos, but it's like when you have Olympia, it has the same recovery, so why would you even use that? Okay, we need to go forward and then wander through these halls. Oh. Thank you for everyone who has stuck with me so far tonight. And again, I know Chain of Memories is a very oddly paced game, but I do hope the payout is worth it for everyone when we kind of get that really strong, well, really solid setup for Kingdom Hearts 2 anyway. I don't know about strong, but definitely solid, so I won't have to explain an entire game to you. Okay, that's one room we need to go to. And open this big one here. I've been trying to show a variety of world cards too, to at least give some examples of like what different open rooms can look like. Here's a much wider room. It's neat. It's so clear that this is like reused assets. The game. It's like it's not even funny. That is very fair. The happenings in Kingdom Hearts 2 are still as fun and I think well put together as they are. It's a lot. Like, I'm playing it through right now. I've finally gotten around to it, and have been able to, like, sit down and, like, chew on it again. It's like, 2 as a whole is probably one of the most, if not the most, like, overall solid game thus far. There are other ones like Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop that I think have very strong points. I'd even argue some points in Chain of Memories are very strong. But that being so, like, the whole package of 2, especially 2 Final Mix, is... like that's I think peak Kingdom Hearts as of now, but like with that we also get kind of the off the rails nature of where the story kind of goes after that. after the first game. Is there no matter how you slice it, to like sit down and try to explain some of the things, like you do have to kind of have a mindset of like, okay, I'm just gonna accept this because just rules or no rules, I guess. I don't know. But hey, hopefully I can clear up some things in 2 as well. A lot of the cutscenes there are final mix cutscenes, like how I kept pointing those out in Kingdom Hearts 1. There are quite a few in Kingdom Hearts 2, so playing through again is reminding me of that. So I'll be able to point those out along the ride. Don't you all worry. But yeah, as much of a major improvement, like as fun as 2 is to play, it does need some explaining at some parts. But I do think that the setup you get from here, at least in terms of like where Sora starts out, it helps it make sense, and some of their characters are a little less confusing when you at least see them for the first time in 2. So anyway, Geppetto, in case anyone is interested, is just lamenting Pinocchio as usual, as being a little shit, even as a memory, but I guess that's the memory they have of him. Nice little reused area of Monstro's mouth right here. Hey, you learned high jump. I forgot about that. Okay. So in the GBA version, you don't get like your movement abilities and upgrades. You don't get that in the Game Boy Advance version. You get that here though. So like you just saw, I got high jump, and I think that's pretty cool. It really does little, like it does so little, it just helps you kind of have better mobility. I think it works in battle too. But like it helps you have slightly better mobility when traversing like the different rooms, and I think that's nice. But on the flip side of it, like I think I also think that there's kind of no reason for it to be there, but I don't know. I guess they were trying to keep it like as close to Kingdom Hearts as they could. You also get glide later, which is like, okay, you do get high jump, so it kind of helps in battles, I guess. Probably will help me get over like the large body characters to do damage around their backs easier.
Yeah, freeze. Courage.
Where was I going with that? But yeah, no, the weirdest one is glide. I don't understand why you get glide in here. There is never like a platforming obstacle that requires you to like have that kind of ability to get over it. I think it's just to say it's in here. It's so funny. I like that it's there, but again, we'll show that off in my like pre-baked file when we get to the very end before we do the final bosses. Yeah, we get high jump. I totally forgot that. So we at least got something cool from coming to Monstro. I'll do a couple more battles and we'll progress to the next room. Okay, let's see if I can actually get behind this big boy with this. Yes, I can, kind of. No.
Freeze. Heal.
How much to the next level? Okay, that's not bad. I think I can afford to just keep going forward right now. Where I'm at, I might be able to luck out doing the bosses. I think I've progressed decently enough, but we'll see. Oh, I'm just burning a card for that. Do I have any spares? Yes, I do. Oops. Alright, let's see what's going on next in this ever-riveting world of Memory Monstro. Also, total segue side point, just thinking of more Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff, because that's what's getting me through this right now. That and my very gracious viewers, but hey, Frozen confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3. That was like the joke for a while. Like, is Frozen gonna be in it? But like, I don't know. I think Frozen's okay. Now that's kind of like sat down and cooked. It definitely had its time being like way too big of a media thing, I'll say. But like having sat down and like digested what's there, like, this is fine. That movie would make a lot more sense and kind of be cooler if they had a better explanation than like why what's her face got her like ice powers though. That's literally the only part of that thing that drives me up the wall. Yeah, that's all everyone wants. Oh yeah, like, Frozen's not bad. The world looks fine. It's like, honestly, if you thought Frozen wasn't gonna be in there, like, what are you doing? Wreck-It Ralph's in though. Like, if hell yeah, Wreck-It Ralph's in there. Even if we don't get to go to the whole arcade world, like, yo, Wreck-It Ralph's in there. I will flip if it's actually John C. Reilly on the voice. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if he's ever done video game work. If he has, holy moly. But yeah. Frozen and Kingdom Hearts 3. That's, you know, totally not unexpected at all. But like, I think that was still up in the air for a while. It's, you know, it's a very obvious pull, but it's cool. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, I feel like he would. He seems pretty laid back enough. That'd be great. Even if it's just the voices for the summons, like, I don't care. That'd be lovely. So far, I think the world's shown off look pretty nice and varied too. They're obviously dipping in more to like more popular things and like, I would say like newer Disney, but like, yeah, definitely newer things. I mean, we haven't seen, I think the most like quote unquote classic world we've seen so far is Olympus, but I mean that comes back for every Kingdom Hearts game though, because it's like, even if you're not doing much, it's the tournament world. Wait, what's going on right now? I'm literally, oh right, yeah, the parasite cage eats everyone. Alright, this world goes in a weird order for the cards you play, because normally you get the 2, like, story cards, and you get the 3rd one when you fight the boss, but... What is this? Yeah, I've been trying to avoid a lot of what people were saying about some of the worlds, but I saw a couple, like, gameplay impressions. I have a couple bets on what it might be, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it might turn out to be. But either way, I'm looking forward to the newer worlds. I still think the Monsters, Inc. designs look creepy as ever, but I don't mind though. This is Parasite Cage once again. Same old. Just careful, don't stand the poison for too long. Just keep recovering. Yeah, I say don't stand in the poison, as I'm clearly just doing right away.
Donald!
Thankfully though, Donald is probably super useful here, because he actually just does damage. And yeah, my deck of cards should be strong enough now that, yeah, I'm just breaking this guy all over the place.
Donald!
Thank you, Donald, for glorious heal. I haven't gotten Mickey cards in a while, I noticed. I definitely didn't get it in the Jafar battle, which was kind of annoying. I wanted them. Whoa! Is that a Mickey card? Oh, that is a Mickey card. Hooray. Speaking the devil. There we go. Please forgive my glorious oversized head just blocking Parasite Cage's life bar. Trying to get back there and grab those life balls. There we go. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff looking continuously hyped so far. I'm legitimately excited for, like, the more and more I see that game, the more ready I am. Just like get in there. Bam! Easy. Wow, that was way easier than I thought. We cheesed out that world pretty quick. I forgot how the pacing goes for the Parasite Cage world. Or excuse me, Pinocchio. Monstro. Where are we? We're in Dream Monstro, or Memory Monstro. Man, this game is messing with me. I forgot what the Parasite Cage's special effects are. I know the one enemy card I use all the time is Oogie Boogie, because he gives you regen that lasts for like several heals. That's like super useful in later battles. You just like pop that on and just go in and fight to just keep your health up. And again, some of the abilities are cool. Like, I don't think you ever get like regen as an ability in another Kingdom Hearts thing. That's like a Final Fantasy ability, you know, like traditional RPG stuff. Yeah, just vor his mouth, Pinocchio. Get out of there. You did it. I'm curious to see though what other worlds make a pull. I hope they don't reveal too many more worlds, because they keep saying Kingdom Hearts 3 is really big. Like they keep saying like, oh, it's bigger than like 2 and 1 combined, or like I've seen some hyperbole about like how big they say it is, and like if it's anywhere near, like, I hope it's not like as big as Final Fantasy 15, because that game feels plenty big. I played that game in its vanilla state, felt plenty big to me, and that felt fine. If that game is like anywhere near that, I think I'll be satisfied with how Kingdom Hearts turns out, because as big of a scale, I'm like huge. Yeah, no, I hope there's definitely some polls. Like, I said it in the first run through of Kingdom Hearts, like, of just stuff I'd want. Like, I think it covered a lot of my personal favorites. Like, we got Fantasia in the first game. We've gotten Tron. We've gotten, you know, I mean, all the stuff I watched growing up, like Aladdin, Lion King, all this good stuff. But I don't know. Like the one poll I would like flip my shit if like anything from it was like even hinted at was like if there's anything related to like Goofy movie, it's over. Like pack up, it's done. Like I'll like stream over, you know, like that. Even if what's his face like a power line was a summon, like just stop. I'd be done with video games at that point. Like I don't believe that would happen just because I feel like that is kind of a deep cut. But at this point, it's like, man, make deep cuts. Why not? Yeah, no. Like, if there's anything, like the reason why I have so little faith in that is not just because of like, okay, that'd be a fun poll, because they made some weird polls. We definitely like I covered Kingdom Hearts 1 has a lot of weird polls. Like there is a Fantasia world later in Dream Drop Distance, the 3DS one, and that's pretty cool. Like, the world makes sense. It's a fun, like, music-themed world, and you fight the Chernobyl boss again. Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that'd be such a fun world. Like, they suddenly just, like, call up on his son. But so far, it's like, what's-his-face, Max, has not been in there. And then, as much as I love that movie, it's interesting they haven't pulled from a lot of, like, that, like, Saturday afternoon Disney stuff from back in the day. Oh my god, no. That'd be ridiculous. See, I'm banking, like, I would just bank on just, like, anything, just to see something. Like, even if it's just his son, and there's, like, a joke reference or something, it'd be cute. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Like, that's just, like, dreaming at this point, but, like, what else were we supposed to do with, like, how... Oh, Gargoyles World? Yeah. I think that's a deep cut. That'd be... We got DuckTales, but still, like, DuckTales is close enough as, like, Donald. That's why it's like, where's Goof Troop then? Like, does Goofy not deserve, like, equal representation? Like, is that too much for a poll or something? Okay, we need to get up to that one. I'm pretty sure it's there. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like, even if it's not Goofy movie, like, that's obviously, like, the one I want. Like, just, like, if, like, pull it out of your ass, like, anything Disney, like... If I wanted that, I'd probably go for that. But like I've had most of the major ones that I quite enjoy touched on over the Kingdom Hearts years. But there's definitely, I think that's definitely like the number one. I'm sure I can think of others. Like if you really want to go into like deep polls, like you have original movies, you have like Disney Channel stuff, you have I don't know like associated studios. Like even going into that, like I've seen people have the whole like yo, they got Star Wars, they got Marvel, put it in. I don't know how that sits with me. Like as much as I'm okay with Kingdom Hearts like always taking new twists and turns, I feel like that would be kind of heavy-handed for either of those universes to cross over. And that's not to say that Kingdom Hearts can't have live action crossovers. Like we've had Pirates of the Caribbean, we've had Tron, we've had, you know, like Disney live action for you. Ooh, Rescuers, yeah. Dig into the old weird stuff too. Like man, stupid Chicken Little gets a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2. I am not ready to go off on that tangent right now. This is just helping me fill the void that is the hallways of Castle Oblivion. But like Chicken Little gets a goddamn summon. Like who? So that's why, like, if they don't make some like cool deep cuts in 3, which I have faith, if it's as big as they say it is, I have faith, but. Like, boyo, we need... I don't know, we're gonna need something. But again, Chicken Little is also, like, a product of, like, Black Cauldron. Yeah. Or, like, Sword in the Stone. Well, I mean, I guess we have Merlin, that's true. But, like, we've never gone to Merlin's world. But one of the big, like, I guess themes in Kingdom Hearts 2 is, like, you go to, like, Pride Rock. You go to, like, the Lion King world. You go to, I mean, you go to China, even though it's called Land of Dragons. You visit Mulan, even though you get Mushu as a summon in the first game. It's like you go back to like the worlds you kind of like saved from darkness, somewhat, like characters you met before. Like we know Merlin. Where the hell's Land of Dragon? Or where's Sword in the Stone? I don't know. Is that too much of a pull if we're gonna go for older things? Like I think there's just plenty all around. Like things from like people my age, you know, like 20s-ish, like, stuff we grew up with, and then there's just like more classics they've never visited. Like I don't know if we'll go to like Timeless River again, you know, the super classic Mickey World. That one's fun. But it'd be interesting to see some more like just polls just based on other things through time, new, old, just go all out. You know, like even if there's gonna be more Kingdom Hearts in the future, like go all out. You know, They've played around. They've had lots of new worlds in some of the side games, like Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep especially. They bring a lot of new ones to the table, and I think there's good stuff there. Even Kingdom Hearts 2, while some worlds are revisited, there are lots of worlds that are, you know, new. And it's a good mix. So I think it's just at this point, you know, people. I'll use the analogy I made way in the beginning of the stream earlier tonight, whereas that, yeah, like, I think Kingdom Hearts, to start making sense of it, you have to think of it kind of like the MCU stuff. Like, the major benchmark games are somewhat like the major benchmark movies, so like the Avengers films. And then, while time things aside, you know, the games in between, your Chain of Memories, your Birth by Sleeps, your 3D, all the others in between are more like the individual character movies, somewhat. It's that sense of like everything is key to the story to greater or lesser extents, but you have your benchmark games, even though it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. You know, no jokes intended. But yeah, there's no final boss here in this room. It's just Sora and Goofy going out through Monstro's blowhole. You just do this fight, which is a weird fight. This did not happen in the Game Boy Advance version. This is just a weird mini game here. Just keep fighting until Monstro sneezes. That's all this is. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll definitely be talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 more as time comes up, because Lord knows I'm excited for that. But yeah, I mean, as we get more news, it'll just be interesting. Great, Monstros. Gosh, I am just playing Russian roulette with these meters tonight. I'll look into what the PS4's got as far as moving that around, the health bars and stuff, but I don't think I had that. No, I didn't have that problem with Kingdom Hearts 1 because the health bars appear on the left side. I don't know why it's like that in this game. Oh boy. Come on, Goofy, make him sneeze. Oh my god, sneeze, you whale. Yeah, basically you just have to keep like doing damage and hitting enemies and destroying till the whale wants to sneeze, but hey, if I ever get there, who knows? Yay, and then we get Dumbo as a summon in the end, I guess. I realized I didn't show off too many summons from Kingdom Hearts 1. Problem is the summons are just so... I don't know. They're just kind of there. There's some that are helpful. Like, I think one of the most helpful if you're playing on higher difficulties is Tinkerbell, because she acts as like a... like auto, I don't know, the only way I know how to describe it is like an FF10 thing, which is like auto Phoenix down or like auto revive, whatever like the sphere grid skill is. Excuse my butchering of that, but like the Tinkerbell acts as like an auto revive basically, which is very helpful in like later boss fights. But oh. Yeah, Pinocchio doesn't need your dreaming self. Yeah, fairy in a bottle. Oh, there you go. Yeah, fairy in a bottle. Duh. How did I miss that one? And then I think it's like Dumbo drops health. Bambi does magic and items, which I did use that farming for trophies because of some item drops I was trying to get. And then Simba and Mushu are straight up damage. We made it. We made it through Monstro's Gullet. What level am I at out of curiosity? 17. That's a little lower than I would have wanted to be, but again, off-screen grinding is the key for this. Sora will be slightly beefier the next time you see him. I will put in that work just because y'all deserve it. No deaths next stream. I'll make a bold claim and probably die on my first battle just to keep things spicy for y'all, but alright, well, we have a hallway to go through first before we totally clean house, so. What time is it? Oh, it's only 9:19. That's it's Sunday. Do we get anything slightly cool for plot? I don't remember.
Who could that have been before? In my memory. It wasn't Kairi, but another girl?
Gross,
Maybe.
Sora. Stop thinking about other girls.
I think her name was...
Sora!
Ah!
Let's go! You wanna find Rico and the kid, don't you?
Sure.
No.
Man, it was right on the tip of my tongue.
And yeah, that's how these early hallways go. It's just like quick little bits that could easily be compressed a lot quicker, but come on, give me another cool cutscene. I gotta give something for y'all. There she is. Drawing herself where she was the whole time, right? That's how this happened. For all that time spent drawing, though, those are sure some low-quality sketches. Ugh.
I remember.
Huh?
There was another girl.
Yeah, it was Selfie.
What? A girl? Where?
She was literally on the island.
No. I mean on the islands where I used to live. Besides Kairi and Riku, there was one other girl I was friends with.
It was literally Selfie.
The four of us played together all the time.
Selfie and Waka
Sora,
and Titus.
seems to me that's the first time you've mentioned her.
Yeah. I guess I forgot all about her.
I mean,
I think
there are more
she just
memorable
suddenly
characters
went
in
away.
Final Fantasy VIII, sure.
when I was still really little.
What do you think makes you remember that now?
I'm not sure. But it's been coming back in pieces as we go through the castle.
Gosh, do you remember her name?
Yeah, it's true, the way he worded that sentence, but
I don't remember.
maybe that's how
I feel kind of
Sora
dumb.
justifies
We
his
said we weren't going to forget our friends.
unrequited
Well, now,
feelings inside.
I can't
I
even
don't
remember
know.
her name.
I'm sure that's in someone's fanfiction
Sora.
somewhere.
Oh, you shouldn't be worrying none. If it's been coming back to you in pieces, you're sure to remember her name just like everything else.
Well. Oh, well, we made it through the first third of the game. I will say that's one thing that's nice about this, though. While I tried to pace things well in Kingdom Hearts 1, there's not exactly a clear string, I would say, of like where things are supposed to go. Like, I'm not going to the next world, don't worry. But yeah, so we only have these two left. Halloween Town and Alice Wonderland. But yeah, we have the whole bottom floor of the bottom 4 floors done of this segment. But yeah, that's while I think I could squeeze in one more, I think for the sake of pacing as well as fun as I've been having discussing everything with everyone, I also think it might be wise for everyone's sake if we have a nice even pace on this game, because just a little too much and we'll fall to oblivion. Yeah, no, this whole stream so far has been a setup for that joke. You're welcome. But yeah, so far I'd say we made a solid dent. I like our card deck so far. I need to do another Moogle shop run in the next world we go to. Wait, what? Okay, so what did this one do? Always nullifies enemy card. Oh, Jafar is good because you enemies don't break for 20 attack. That's always good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going through the menus here now that we're at a lull point. It's a shame I can't read you guys a Book of Pooh goodnight, because Pooh is in this game. Winnie the Pooh does make a grand appearance, but it's chill. I think the next stream we'll be able to read you guys Book of Pooh though before the end of the night, but it's just one world. It's not like mini games you come back to. That's the thing. It's a world. It's just Pooh. It's not like constant revisiting and remembering like what the best world in the game is. Yeah, okay. Map card. That's what I wanted to see. I do have Moogle cards still, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll visit Moogle Shop next time, or I'll probably do that in my time spent away grinding up a little bit to make things even nicer for next time. But I feel like we should be at a good pace for this. We shouldn't need more than two. I want to say 2 more times. I don't want to make too many promises, but if I do good in between grinding, this is all your slates and stuff, by the way. Yeah, you get high jump there. Yeah, there's not much more else to it, and then you just journal is pretty straightforward. Just compiles all the worlds in the Sora's Tale. Just card collection. This whole screen from like top to bottom gets filled up eventually. Yeah, that's about it. Not the journal in this game is too hard either. Yeah, see, they show you all the mini games at the start too. There's Monstro, which you just have to beat that one and you're done with it. And then there's just timed. Yo, some of the 100 Acre Wood one mini games though, getting the right times and getting the trophies for those is kind of gross. There's a couple that are a little rough. They're better than their versions in Kingdom Hearts 1, but they're also kind of, I don't know. Anyway. Alright, let me do one final save and then I will send y'all off for the night. So no Book of Pooh. Considering this is just card games and fun our night, but thank you everyone for joining me for the start of the rest of Kingdom Hearts, but also the start of what is a weird entry in the series that I enjoy, and I enjoy the fact that I'm getting to kind of like blow it out of the water right now. Because aside from that Hades death when I was slipped up in the beginning, I think we did pretty good. I'm satisfied where we got tonight, so we'll definitely be picking it up more. I want to say it'll probably be next Sunday again. I kind of like this Sunday night kickback sort of feeling. I feel like, that's going to sit well with anyone else who can come out and have a good time. Fridays and Saturdays have been busy enough for me, but yeah, I think that's it for now. So hey, it's Sunday, so everyone, don't stay up too late, don't party too hard. Everyone have a good week, have a good time at work, have a good time at anything else you're doing. Stay safe out there. I know it's 4th of July time. People in LA are already setting off fireworks as they should be. Yeah, everyone have a good week, have a good rest of your night, and take it easy. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks a lot for joining me with Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Have a good night, y'all. See you later. Bye.